What's up, Mario? What's up, Max? How's everyone doing? Do give it a second for people to join up. It does take a minute sometimes. It does take a minute sometimes. We just hit a restart. Hopefully, we can get some get out of that glitch. Sometimes it sends out and then it just like cuts off at a point and then stops doing it. And I just tell. And I'm just like, bro, I know it's a TikTok glitch. So I'm just like, let me fix it. But can I get a hi for my beta? I saw that in the comment section. I gotta scroll up to find it. What's up, Quinn? Hi, how you doing? Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Got other people saying in the comment section, it's my birthday too. If it is, happy birthday. If it is, happy birthday. We're going to get some people up here in a second. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. We are just looking for some debates. Yeah, we're going to start getting some people up here pretty soon. Type MAGA in the comment section if you want to be.
Hello?
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, 27.
You voting Trump?
Yeah.
So you think I'm paid by the
So,
DNC?
no, Harry's paid by the DNC though.
Okay, so how do you know that?
Yeah, I could show you. So he's been paid before. Not specifically the $200,000 that everyone talks about, but he's been
You
paid
talking
smaller.
Democracy Defense Action and Midas Touch?
Say again?
Democracy Defense Action and Midas Touch?
Don't know exactly, but if you go to what's the website, FED, I think, .gov or something like that, you could see he's been paid a couple times. But that's not
Yeah,
why I
yeah,
came
that's
up.
for that's summed up to $19,000 for
Yeah,
consulting that work that he did.
yeah, I totally didn't come up for that. I was just saying that just to get under your skin, so you let me come up.
That's
But
not him
anyway,
getting paid by the DNC, but
okay. So anyway, yeah, so I know Kamala in 2020 proposed like a 4% or like, I don't know exactly how it works. You probably know more about this than me, but she proposed like a 4% tax on people who make over 100K a year. Are you familiar with that?
so obviously I wouldn't look at like what her policy proposals were specifically under like the Democratic nomination in 2020 as like the policies she's necessarily advocating for right now. Obviously, you got to look at her proposals for now the same way that you wouldn't look at
Mhm.
like what JD Vance was saying about Trump around that
Yeah,
time,
no,
where he was
totally,
saying that
totally.
Trump is a America's or yeah, Hitler. You know what I mean? So obviously we need to look at that because she's running on different policy than she was then.
Yeah.
But
No,
I'm not
I'm
familiar with that. I didn't hear
okay.
that. Under the Biden Harris administration, the policy is that there's going to be no increase on taxes for people who are making under $400,000 a year.
Uh,
And for all the
okay.
income over $400,000, that income is going to be taxed at a higher rate so that we can bring in the tax credit from 2021 that actually reduced child poverty by 50%, that increases the child tax credit for children who
Mhm.
are under the ages of 5 from 2,000 to 3,600.
Sweet. So yeah, I totally didn't come up here to like argue with you. I did just want to know that because I'll tell you, my mother is actually like super big on like voting for Kamala. I think a lot of people are correcting me here, and I'm not. Um, I
Well,
mean,
do you want me to get you real quick? Watch this. So,
so
would you vote for someone who more likely than
wait,
not sexually assaulted a woman?
no, no, no. Hear me, dude. Listen, let me give you just an answer to what you just said before. I'll tell you this: I'm not going to vote either way. But I do want to say that I'm pretty sure it's true that Kamala is 0 for 164 in legislation in the year of 2020. Do you think that's true? If you go to congress.gov, I think you could check that out.
I've heard it. I haven't checked to see specifically, but
Yeah,
so
yeah. No, just pointing it out. Just pointing it out. That's all. But
I mean, did people care about all the legislation Joe Biden passed? No. Well, I think we're talking about like what the proposals are going to be, what they're going to influence in terms of Congress,
so
what's going to
I'll tell
matter
you
in terms
this.
of Supreme Court judges,
If
things like that.
I'll tell you this, I will go out and vote for Kamala Harris firmly. I'm more willing to vote for Trump than Kamala. Hand to God on that. But if you can convince me that my I won't lose money due to taxes, all I care about is the money. I know there's so many
Do you
different
make
things.
less than
Hear me.
$400,000 a year?
Listen. I know there's so many other topics to talk about. But honestly, I'm fucking greedy. All I care about is the money. So if you can convince me
Push
that
the
the only
fireworks. Thank you
thing,
so much.
if I'm not going to lose money under Kamala, then I'll vote for her firmly.
Yeah. Okay. So, actually, if you make under $400,000 a year, you are going to pay the same rate in taxes under the Trump administration comparative to the Kamala Harris administration in terms of income tax. Appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much. The difference is that under Trump's administration, right? And
Okay.
and those tariffs will increase the cost of your goods. So you'll pay a greater level of tax if Trump is president.
Okay.
Unironically, if you make under $400,000 a year.
Totally fair. Everyone's calling me greedy. Listen, I just want to take care of the people around me. You know, people like my mother, so I'm going to be greedy. Everyone's greedy financially, so don't hate me. And just one last comment. Dude, I don't know how you deal with people. You say, if you're not MAGA, don't come up. And every single person, they come up and they're just like, hey, Parker, love you. How do you deal with those fucking people, dude? Honestly.
Oh no, I appreciate everyone. I think it's totally fun. People might not know the rules. The state of TikTok is that people are always coming in, right? People might not know those things.
Come on, dude. They're not that stupid. But keep milking them, bro. Keep making money. Good for you.
What, dude? I don't think people are stupid. I just think that people might not be familiar with what's going on the live, and that's totally fine. Yeah, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18, but I just wanted to come on and say something just really quick.
Are you voting Trump?
I need you to debate.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm going to get the next person up here. I do apologize. Yeah, thank you for that mustache. Thank you so much, Paul. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Are you voting Trump?
Yes.
Why so?
Because I'm pro-life and he's more likely to pass anti-abortion legislation.
Oh, okay. So, would you vote for him if he killed 100,000 kids directly? Because ultimately, the limiting of abortion would inevitably lead to more lives saved in the long run, right?
I mean, I guess under specific situations, no.
So, well, no. In that specific situation, you wouldn't vote for him, or you would?
I wouldn't.
Okay. Would you vote for someone who more likely than not sexually assaulted a woman?
I'm not going to answer that. I was here to have an abortion debate. I don't really care about anything else, I'll be honest.
Oh, so you wouldn't care about sexual assault, even if true?
No, I would care about it. I just don't want to talk about that.
So if Trump was more likely than not someone who sexually assaulted a woman, would you vote for him? Even considering the abortion legislation, everything like that.
I mean, I take like an intellectual interest in abortion, so.
Oh, okay, well, we can talk about that, but like my question is still pretty clear. Would you vote for him in that context?
I would have to say no. I mean,
no. Okay, so Trump was held legally responsible for sexual abuse in a civil court, which means that he forcefully penetrated E. Jean Carroll against her will.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely bad. I don't support that.
Given that that's true, that was proven in a civil court based on preponderance of evidence, which means more likely than not, would you vote for him?
Probably not.
Okay. All right. Well, you just look up Trump liable essay, and that'll be reason enough not to vote for him.
Okay. I guess I believe you.
All right. Appreciate you. All right. Let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. Yeah, the abortion conversation there wasn't necessary. Seemingly. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
20.
Are you voting Trump?
Yeah, it's actually a different reason than everybody else said.
Okay. What's your reason?
I mean, I don't think he's a good guy. Like, I don't think that. It just has something to do with he made the Autism Cares Act, and I'm autistic. So I feel like that would benefit me more.
Okay. So do you think that this wouldn't have been passed by like a Democratic administration?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. I don't think so. Because I feel like they would have done it by now.
What reason would you have that like Republicans are going to be more inclusive? Think of that mustache. Thank you.
Well, based off the Autism Cares Act.
Was that bipartisan?
It was by Trump.
No, he's probably signed it, but was the bill bipartisan?
I would have to look that up, but I know he signed it.
What's your birth year, by the way?
08/30/2003. That's like my birth year and my birthday.
Okay. So like, did you know that Trump has made fun of people who are like mentally disabled, for example, mentally and physically disabled?
I remember it was one guy. I don't know what the reason was, but.
Do you want me to show you the clip?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, actually, I can't play it on live. Look up Trump makes fun of reporter, and you'll be able to see it. I can't play I Forgot because that bans me. But if you look that up and you watch that, uh, I don't know how anyone could support that. Now, I don't think that he would be any reason to like take care of people who are autistic to a greater degree comparative to like the Harris administration, especially because the Harris administration supports a broader social safety net than like Donald Trump would.
Yeah, that's just like that's mostly where I went with it.
Expanding
Uh,
access to healthcare, like social services like that, doesn't that directly benefit people who are autistic?
Yeah, it's just that it's hard for me to afford a lot with healthcare, and they don't have a whole lot
And,
for.
and who's actually arguing to like make it cheaper? It's the Harris administration. They're arguing for a $35 cap on insulin for everyone. That's what they're advocating for. And for prescription drugs, I'm pretty sure it's like $2,000 what they're advocating for cap for a year. Appreciate the duck. Thank you so much for any type of prescription medicine.
I just feel like they should get rid of the more painkiller medicine because that's like more dangerous.
Get
Like,
rid of it.
Yeah, because it's more.
I don't think either Trump or Biden are advocating for that. So if you care about that, I don't see any reason to vote for Trump because of that.
I don't know. He just wants to be like more strict about it, and I kind of agree because
Are you pro-choice?
yes.
So Trump quite literally put multiple Supreme Court justices in office with the explicit reason of overturning Roe versus Wade. So for tens of millions of women in this country, they lost their right to abortion in their states, in their respective states, due to Trump putting those Supreme Court justices in office. So if you care about women's rights, why would you want to vote for someone who's actively perpetuating the limiting of women's rights?
That's actually a good question. Yeah, I gotta think this through more because it's kind of hard because I feel like on both sides it kind of sucks all together. Like I really wish that there was a good independent candidate that was a female who had like a mixture. You know what I'm saying?
The reality is it's one or the other in our American system right now. I would love for there to be more candidates, more parties. It'd be more representative of us as a public. But like right now, it's one or the other. And clearly, Kamala Harris is a better alternative to Donald Trump because Donald Trump has a history of violence against women, and Kamala Harris has a history for fighting for women's rights.
Yeah, it's just so hard, man, because I'm also like, I wouldn't put my religion on anybody, but I will say I am religious. But
like, if you don't want it to be enforced on people, well, then that's what Trump's trying to do. Trump's trying to enforce religion on people.
this is a whole, I just agree with the part about him being more like, you might think I'm crazy for this, but like the death penalty on dealers, because I know a lot of people that died. Like my aunt got laced and died.
Yeah, but like the death penalty doesn't deter the crime more. It leads to innocent people dying, and it costs more financially.
True.
So we get no benefit from it. There's vast research indicating there's no greater deterrence with a death penalty comparative to the normal criminal justice system.
And it's just I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that Kamala's for like legalizing like dangerous hallucinogens, if that makes sense, and I'm totally against that.
Like for illegal, yeah. So you can't say the specific things, but I haven't heard the specific view of hers. But if you're just saying like legalizing and regulating and stuff, I don't know why that would be wrong. But I've never heard her say this. I don't know what you mean by dangerous. Alcohol is dangerous.
Yeah, I agree. Like I feel like they should be.
And Trump wants that legalized, right? Trump has sold different types of alcohol, and that's so dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah, I just know he's against like the other stuff,
What do you mean?
like legalizing like mushrooms and stuff. I know he's against that.
I do think I have to kick you now because you said that, but I don't know what his specific views are on that. What's up, how old are you?
Yo, 35?
Are you voting for Trump?
Yes.
Why so?
So just real quick, I just want to give a shout out to Eden. You're the
Oh my
future.
gosh.
You're
Alana,
the
thank you so
future of
much for
this
the dollar.
country, buddy. And just
so
remember,
funny.
remember these TikTok live people. They sit here all day. They sharpen their knives, right? They got these really sharp talking points, but just do not forget to believe your eyes and ears before.
Hello, bro.
Always
Do
think
you want to have a
critically.
conversation? Hey, do you want to have a conversation with me, man? I think that's pretty disrespectful. Do that.
My bad. Just wanted to give a little shout out to
So
to
why
the
are you
young
voting
lad. This country needs Trump. Needs Trump.
Okay, why?
Well, I think right now we need somebody who's going to kind of patch the holes, right? The border, secure the border. I think we need a strong businessman to trim the fat to
Do you think there's
get
a
us
border
out of
crisis right
this. What's that?
Actually, first, can you
Yeah.
name one good businessman with 6 bankruptcies?
I can name a lot of multi-billionaires that have way more than 6 bankruptcies. I don't think we should dunk on somebody
for
for
it.
failures, right?
Name one.
Oh God, I mean, you would have to pull up Google. Do you know how many? I mean,
Anthony, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much, Anthony.
I have to like flip over and look up a list of number
just-
of bankruptcy
yeah,
for Cuban and
Just
I mean,
one that has 6 bankruptcies. That's good.
Do you want to give me a second?
Well, I'm just saying you don't know them. Okay.
Do you not believe me? Is that an absurd statement that I made?
I've
That
never
a
heard
serial
one.
entrepreneur might have.
I've actually never heard one. 6 bankruptcies?
All right, let's look it up. So like when you invest in something, right, and that thing doesn't work out in a startup, especially in the startup, 99% of startups fail, right? And they file Chapter
And
11 or
can you
Chapter
give
7.
Me, can you give me one good businessman with 6 bankruptcies?
Let's just search a few of the people on Shark Tank up. Does that sound good?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, give me a sec.
I'd love to see if they have 6 bankruptcies. But yeah, everyone tap that screen. Let's run it up to 150,000 likes. Share the live as well, everyone. Let's see if he can figure it out by looking up Shark Tank contestants, everybody. Shark Tank hosts. But yeah, do give it a second, everyone. Share the live, copy links, share screens. Whoa, I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. All right, follow me if you have not already. This is my live account that I'm going to be on for like another 2 weeks, and then we do get the main account back. But this algorithm, on
Mark
this account's
Cuban
really
with
good.
3.
That's not 6. And also, that I'd like to see that source too. I'd like 6, bro. 6. Let's hear it. 3's half, 50%. He's 50% the way there. Yeah, Devious, thank you so much for the dancing. Thank you so much. And he's younger than Trump. That's so real. That's so real. He is. He is though. But I don't think he's gonna hit 6. Thank you for the cap. Thank you so much. All right, we'll give him a second, everyone. Should we add up a second person to help him out? Let's add up a second person to help him out. If you are voting for Trump, make sure to send a guest request right now.
Yeah, there's like Walt Disney and
So we really need Trump.
Okay, so Walt Disney doesn't have 6. Okay. Lucas, why do we need Trump?
it's old precedence.
You know, do you love paying fucking $7 for a gallon of gas?
Okay, think of the $6. Thank you so much. So, how did the Biden-Harris administration cause this?
Let's just go back. We were paying fucking what, $150, and then when Biden comes into office,
how is this?
it magically goes up to $7.
How did it happen? Tell me. Think me.
How did that happen?
Yeah, what caused it?
I don't know.
You have no clue. So wait, why are you assuming it's Biden-Harris?
Because I mean, everything went to shit. Like
Under the administration. So did Woodrow
Yes.
Wilson cause World War I? It happened under his administration. Did Trump cause COVID? Happened under his administration. Did
I don't
FDR
know.
cause World War II? Happened under his administration.
Dude, do you just sit here all day and do this shit? Like, you're such a faggot.
Wow, literally gets dunked and has no argument, just slurs. All right, you got it. You got something now?
I mean, there's Henry Ford. You know, there's a Dave
I don't
Ramsey.
think he has 6. Dave Ramsey doesn't have 6.
I mean, is this really the hill I'm going to die on? The fact that I said he had 4 to 6 bankruptcies, and
He
you know,
has 6,
like
okay, it's
like,
fine. The
is
point
this
I'm
really
making, I
that-
appreciate the
is
handout.
it-
Thank you so much. I don't think he's like the businessman that you want to like rely on as like that's.
I think
like,
he's
the whole-
old as shit, and he's been around for a while. He's tried a bunch of stuff. He has a bunch of kids that probably start up businesses, and he probably invests in. And he's never filed for personal bankruptcy. It's always Chapter 11. It's always Chapter 7, right? So
Yeah, for
I don't
for
think
businesses, he
we should
started
dunk
that.
on somebody for trying things out. You know,
Okay. Well, he inherited all of his businesses and all of his money. I'm not just saying this out of nowhere. I wouldn't just say this out of nowhere. Thank you, Franktastic. Thank you so much.
So if you were
you're
given-
saying that you're saying that he's like the reason why he should be president is because he's such a great businessman. And I'm just giving points that like
I don't.
reduce the
I
likelihood
mean,
of
that's single dimensional. I think I could definitely beef that up just from personal experience. But
personal experience. What do you mean?
just from secondhand source, you know, for the border, for the north
yeah.
border
I
and
was gonna ask you about
the
that.
southern border. Things were way better under him. I mean, just from talking to those guys directly, I can give you an example, a personal example. So
No,
a
I
few
can
years
just
ago-
ask you this question. What policy did the Biden-Harris administration implement that caused more people to come?
I think they lifted the Remain in Mexico policy.
Yeah, so
right?
that
I
didn't
just-
exist under Trump's or under Obama's.
I have to defer to my friends for what they tell me. I can't really sit here all day and look up
Sure, but I'll give you
different
something.
policies.
I'll give you
But-
something. So under Obama's administration, the Remain in Mexico border policy didn't exist. Yet we had significantly less people coming to the country. Thank you for the cap. Thank you so much. Not only does that deal with asylum, but it
Yeah.
also existed in a time in which we had lower levels of immigration. So it tells us that the cause of more people coming to the country was not related to that policy. So do you have another policy you could mention?
Well, I mean, I could take a guess here. I mean, if what I'm hearing from the friends is that it's just way worse now and they can't wait to get Trump back in there because they're completely overwhelmed. You know, what they tell me is there's an app out there that's basically like an open table that you can basically log on there and basically schedule your illegal entrance. And so if we're facilitating that kind of stuff and making it easier, and we also have the optics, right? We're saying literally we're going to give you free health care.
None of these are Biden policy. They're not saying that like we're going to give you free health care. You understand that undocumented immigrants come. Are they stealing jobs or are they taking too many social services? Because
Well,
neither
I
of
think
those are
that
true.
They definitely
actually.
don't come into this country and get stuck in the middle class, right? They get put at the bottom, and there's only limited
Wait,
resources.
there are a lot of people who come to the country. If we made the legal process faster, that would be able to rise up in the middle class and beyond.
And I'm totally down
would
with
be
that,
able to
but-
if we had legal processes
Right,
that were faster. If we had
right.
more judges. Thank you for the ICU. Thank you so much.
Sure,
But where
yeah,
Republicans
and
advocating
obviously,
for that?
I'd like to snap my
Trump
fingers.
actually advocated against a border bill. Even people like Lindsey Graham just called out Trump for being the one that didn't support the border bill. Right, that
So
was
with
most
that
likely
one
to get passed.
specifically, so asking my buddies about that one, that
There was a solo
ongoing-
one and a one that was without
Yeah,
funding.
right. And both of them only accelerated the second half of it. So it would have made the current problem worse. So it for whatever reason, I
How
don't
would
know
it
the
have made
details
the
about
current
it.
problem worse?
I'd have to look into it. Maybe I should get a border a CBP officer up on here. But whatever's happening, where they're basically getting like a catch and
Yeah,
release.
wait. If you
into
want to talk to like someone who was a border patrol agent, look up Bobby G. He does lives here on TikTok about.
he was a border patrol agent.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to get somebody that's dealing with it right now, right? Like I talk to, I go out with my buddy every week.
literally, just like recently.
Okay,
And
why
he's
was
at
he
the
let
border all the
go?
time? He wasn't let go. I think he did something else. I'm not
Oh,
quite
gotcha.
sure on that.
He's making money on TikTok from the sounds of it.
No,
Oh, okay.
probably. Well, maybe, but like I don't think that's his main job. But
Yeah, and
He became a pilot, apparently.
my sample size is basically the Canada border. You know, one person there and then one person at like that Eagle Point or whatever it is. So, you know,
yeah, thank you for the sunglasses. Thank you so much, Carlo.
but
All right, so I have a question. Would you vote for someone who more likely than not sexually assaulted a woman?
that's such an abstract way of putting it. I mean, that's kind of like a gotcha thing, right? Like, I mean, let's talk about exactly what happened.
Yeah,
right?
so
I mean, it was
I'm
a
just
civil.
saying, would you vote for someone who more likely
When
than
was the
not
E.
said
Jean
yourself
Carroll case? What year was that?
filed? 2019.
When? Yeah, because it's outside the statute, right? So it's outside
It
the
was
7
for
years.
criminal courts, but not for the civil courts.
Right. And what year did it get brought up?
2019.
Interesting. When Trump was going to rerun?
So again, this wouldn't have applied to him until after he was already done with that election in 2020. So this
Interesting.
So this only held liability like during Biden's administration year. So if it was the case that Trump won, this would have never applied to one of his races. And also, if it was one of his races, why didn't this happen in like 2016?
Yeah, why didn't it happen when it happened? Like, that's the questions I have to ask.
Many victims either don't come out with it. Most of them don't come out with it, or it is the case that it takes years for them to come out with it. I don't think that didn't happen. And there was also like a dress where he should have given up his DNA because that would have proven his innocence.
Dude, here's another thing, man. You gotta be careful.
Thank you so much for the $25. Thank you so much, Joan. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You have to be careful with this advice that you give out, okay? You should never, ever offer evidence as a defense more than what's asked for, right? Ever, because you don't know the levels of corruption that can happen or whatever, right? The misinterpretation. No. DNA is not 100% either, right? So you could, but you should never, you should always defer to your attorneys.
Oh, okay. So I'll ask you this question. If you get pulled over and they think you're driving under the influence, you do all the tests, they still think you're driving under the influence, you're totally sober, okay? They say either breathalyzer or you get fined, right? Are you going to take the breathalyzer?
No, here's what you do in that exact situation. You call up your fucking lawyer, and if you don't have one, get one. Call anybody. You do not take the breathalyzer in that case, no matter what. And that, I'm talking through you, Parker. You never do that, man. I don't know how young you are, but dude, never, ever offer up a breathalyzer. Why? Are you going to trust everybody that's between you and the jail? Like, you have to be careful, and you always have to defer the attorney, always. So have a lawyer. If you're going to be going out drinking and driving.
If they're going to fake it, why can't they just fake it without you blowing? Like, what? That's just so incoherent.
I mean, watch a lawyer on YouTube. I mean, there's these guys that spend a lot of time educating on how to deal when you get pulled over and what to do. Okay, and one of the things that you do not do is you never offer up a breathalyzer test.
Absolutely, if you're caught in that circumstance, are going to prove your innocence. If it was the case that someone claimed that you essayed them and that they had a dress that had your DNA on it that proves that you essayed them, and obviously if you prove your innocence, you show your DNA and it's not that, then you get proven innocent. Right? Would you give up your DNA in that specific circumstance, knowing that you've never met that person, you've never been around that person, right, etc. Right? Would you do that? Absolutely, because
I would ask my attorneys and say, "Hey, what do you guys think the best thing to do here is?"
That would be the case is settled. They would absolutely do that. They have the incentive to tell you to prove your innocence in that scenario because it would end the case. Right?
You're going to
Trump's
just
lawyers.
assert...
Listen, I appreciate that mustache. Thank you so much. You think Trump's lawyers have this smoking pew of a evidence that they can prove that this didn't happen to him, and they're deciding not to use it even though he's been held legally responsible? That means that they're just bad lawyers. That's ridiculous.
I'm sorry, but
the only way that you can justify him not giving up his DNA.
No offense to you, Parker, but I'm going to say that Trump probably could afford better, more experienced lawyers and probably took their advice over your advice, right? Like, I'm not going to sit here and say I've passed the bar exam and I can argue on this fact, but all I can say is always defer to the people that have been in the books and read and have the experience.
Wrong when you can. Like, what?
Yeah, you're gonna have to like maybe take a course in why maybe that's not the best way to do it every time. I'm sure that there's a lot of precedents out there on situations where people did offer up DNA prematurely and it just didn't go their way or something happened. I don't know, but for whatever reason, that is not the right avenue a lot of the time.
You're assuming that it's not the case that it would incriminate him because he's guilty.
And you're assuming that you're going to get let off the hook.
Listen,
that's
if it was listen, please. If it was the case that he was guilty, right? which he is, in my view, it is the case that he wouldn't give up his DNA because it would incriminate him.
I'm not sure if I can continue to. I don't think we're going to see eye to eye on this, man. Sorry. I would say just defer to your attorneys. That's all. And obviously,
What?
as said,
You're just not engaging reasonably at all?
I'm sorry you feel that way. I felt like I'm engaging reasonably. I don't know why this is so Chinese and different to
What?
people, but this is how the American courts work, man. This isn't communism, right? We need to. There's a system.
What about what I said was communist? Thank you for the hot mustache. Thank you so much. What are you talking about?
There's a lot. I mean, this is democracy, man. Like, this is the justice
This is
system.
democracy,
You have
but
to
yet you're
do-
voting
you
for a
have to do
candidate that
things
tried
a
to
certain
overthrow the
way.
government. This is democracy, but you're voting for a guy that tried to overthrow the government. Please make it make sense.
Oh man, we're gonna pivot to J6.
Wait. You said this is a democracy. Yeah, I'm not advocating against democracy. You are.
Then you kind of are. You're asking me to go against what people have been doing for hundreds of years.
What?
Like, I'm telling you, this isn't another government. This is the American. This is what happens in our justice system, right? I mean, you are not forthcoming. Here's the thing, right? We live in a
you don't accept
system
the
where
justice system. The justice system.
you are innocent until proven guilty. The burden of proof is on
has been.
the
In a civil
prosecution,
court.
right? He should not be burdened to provide the DNA, right? The burden of proof is on the prosecution.
Wait, I'm just letting you know, this wasn't even submitted in the case. This is secondary
I
evidence.
don't know why we're talking about this. Like, I'm
Because-
I've never heard of this.
Listen,
Like,
because this specifically proves that he would have incriminated himself based upon what we would expect, most likely. And this is not even something that was submitted in the case. So the case specifically indicates preponderance of evidence, not even taking that into account. So we've got preponderance of evidence plus this case as it relates to the context of the dress, which we would expect that if he is guilty specifically, that he wouldn't give up his DNA. And if he's innocent, he would give up his DNA because it would be the smoking gun in the case. It would save him.
and a man who has billions of dollars, how much did he pay just to be done with it?
So he, not to just be done with it, it was in a settlement. He was forced to pay about $100 million because he has continued defamation.
And do you know if maybe
and
if
that's
he
not
did,
even counting.
Yeah.
That's not even counting all of his lawyer fees.
Okay, and do you know that if he did provide the DNA, maybe there
would
was
have
some
saved
consequence?
himself. He would
Are
have
you
saved
sure about
himself
that?
all
You
of
could
that.
just
And he would
you
have
just
saved himself
know
the press, the negative press.
you've been in court so long that you understand when DNA is provided, all of the therefore downstream effects that happen. Maybe it takes the court
How would
another
the DNA do
3
anything?
months, 6 months. I don't
You're-
know. I'm
you're
not a lawyer. Are
assuming the
you a
whole
lawyer?
process is
Like, I don't
rigged.
know. You have to defer to the attorneys, man. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
and
know
the
why we're
attorneys
arguing about this. There's two
clearly-
people that aren't lawyers. Like,
Yeah,
with
the
you,
attorneys
you know?
show that he's legally responsible. That's what our criminal justice system indicates.
We're a couple of barnacles. Have you ever opened up the bar exam and taken it? And I mean,
Why is
like,
that
I don't know,
relevant?
I'm an engineer. I don't know what you do, but like, I'm not gonna get into the nitty gritty. All I could say is like, I'm sure he deferred to people that are experienced on it. That's all I can talk to, and I don't know why he
but,
did it.
But again, he's been held civilly responsible in a criminal, or I mean, in a civil court. Sorry, my bad. That has a judge and a jury. So it went through the process, and he was found to be civilly liable.
Civilly liable. Yeah. Yeah. Here's another thing that might be a hot take. And I don't know, is there a jury in a civil case?
Yes, I just told you that there was a jury that unanimously the jury determined that he sexually abused her based
Where-
upon preponderance of evidence.
Where was this jurisdiction?
And Sarah, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. He committed the crime in New York.
In deep
Anthony,
blue
thank
New
you for
York
$10
City.
as well.
So how do they select like the jurors?
His lawyers select the jury along with the
And what are the
Side.
pool of applicants that they could pull from? Is it anywhere in New York? Is it anywhere in the country?
it's anywhere in that district.
Anywhere in that district? And that district is primarily Democratic or Republican?
It's primarily Democratic, but again,
Interesting.
They can wait.
This
so-
is why I'm going to make the case that I don't think a former president could ever have a jury of peers.
Okay, so what you're not understanding is that it was unanimous decision. If they had one person who was MAGA, if they had one person that was indifferent, right, they would have been able to hold up the entirety of the decision.
And so do you think some of the questions that they asked these jury members were, are you Democratic
Wait,
or
so-
Republican
It doesn't. Wait, no, that wasn't
during
necessarily
the interview
question.
process?
That wasn't necessarily the question, but what I'm saying is that even if there was specifically one person who was MAGA or one person who was indifferent, that would have thrown away the entire case.
And do you think that the jury members were forthcoming with their political leaning views?
I think that's what the lawyers have to determine.
And do you think it's against the law for the lawyers to ask somebody their political stance during the interview
sure.
process?
I'm not sure.
That might be a good question. Are you curious?
No.
Okay, you don't care to know if what
Statistical
political
probability is
leaning.
so low. You know, like 40% of people don't vote. So 40% of people don't vote. How can you count that as Democrat?
I think that, I think where they probably, the pool of people that they selected from was primarily Democratic, or were, leaning towards
How do
that
you know?
way. And I guess statistics.
All of them were. How do you know all of them are?
You just need a
You wouldn't have
majority,
all of
and
them.
then peer pressure takes over.
No, that's not how it works. Peer pressure, bro.
Oh, I don't know if you've ever been have you ever been in a jury? If you're the last one, they kind of pressure you a bit.
Appreciate that, mustache. Thank you. Can you give me any evidence?
I mean,
there
that's
was
just
pressure
human
in this
instinct,
case?
right?
Any evidence?
Looks like people are telling me that two of the people were Republican. I don't know. I haven't really dove into that at all. So, but I think it's, something that should be looked into. I think it's tough for a former president with all that previous history and all those
Chloe,
feelings
think
that
of the
jury
dollar.
members might have.
Chloe said, I'm a lawyer and he's driving me insane. That's rough. So yeah, again, so you don't accept civil cases?
Well, that's
Like,
not nice.
I'll ask you a question. Do you have a sibling?
I do.
And if it was the case that someone was going to, like, say when they were younger, babysit them, but they were held civilly liable for child sexual abuse, would you let them do it? Right, if you had the ability to determine it?
Are you just going to paint these wild analogies?
Think of the sunglasses. Thank you so much. Do you want to respond? Would you in that scenario, or would you be like, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that? They shouldn't. Maybe I wouldn't be okay with them babysitting my sibling.
Is it the former president of the United States?
It can be. Would you let Donald Trump?
Is there any reason to believe that maybe those charges that were against him could be false?
I think that there is best reason to believe that they're applicable.
Interesting. Yeah, I think we've kind of beaten this dead horse. I don't know.
It seems like you got really no response to those things. Would you vote for someone who's been held legally responsible for child sexual abuse for president? Chloe, think of the dollar. Thank you so much. Chloe said that Trump's lawyers had the opportunity to conduct research prior to it, and they have what's called preemptory challenges where they can kick everyone that they think might be biased.
Okay.
She's a lawyer, so you brought
yeah.
up listening to lawyers earlier.
That's really interesting. Yeah, I think that, I even with respecting her experience and all that, I think it's not often that you have a former president
Sherry, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much,
kind
Sherry.
of
I
a
appreciate it.
first
Thank you.
time thing. And I think that things need to be thought of a little bit differently with that. Maybe they're, I don't know how many surviving presidents we have, but maybe that should be his jury of peers. Put Obama up there with Clinton, and Carter was probably still around or something, right?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
know
know.
that
I
Bill
think
Clinton is younger than
it's-
Donald Trump?
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I was around for the old Clinton days. He was a wild guy. I mean, he had some fun in that Oval Office, I guess.
So okay, so he was literally younger than right now than Donald Trump is, and yet you want to vote
Yeah.
for the oldest candidate in presidential history after about 2-3 weeks ago, arguing that the reason why you're not voting for Biden is because he's mentally not there.
I'm not gonna be an ageist or anything. I saw Trump perform like a minus 20 par or whatever on golf last week.
Panther Boss, thank you.
The dude's still sharp, and he even said if something were to happen where he's not, he'd be the first person that would take a cognitive test and step down. Unlike our current situation, which was some sort of big cover up, and everybody was kind of like
It's
wiping
just that
his,
people take
changing his
everything out of
diapers.
proportions. Trump literally sharded
Okay.
on stage, bro, and he speaks incoherently all the
Dude,
time.
you've never sharded on a live?
No.
Oh, I don't think like you're just gonna associate sharding with age. Like everybody sharts. You ever go to Texas Day Brazil and have a bunch of meat? I mean, the heck, dude. I can't believe we've gone from that to talking about sharding. Like what? Are you trolling me?
I want you just to read the chat, bro.
I can't, man. I'm freaking. This thing's flying.
Dude.
I just get messaged you, or mentioned you. People are like writing my name out. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, bro. Okay, so yeah. Is there? Can you name me one policy that Donald Trump influenced to get passed that benefit the middle class more than to benefit rich people?
I think it all starts with securing the border, and
Well, then why did he vote against? Why
It's
did he
like-
try to, or not vote against? Why did he get Republicans in the Senate not to vote for the border bill? Even
Yeah, I
Lindsey
mentioned that
Graham just
earlier.
blamed him for it.
yeah, deferring to the two guys, the one that works at the northern border and the southern border. Apparently, it was going to accelerate the problem parts of the way the border operates. So that's why it wasn't complete or
Why did,
something.
why did
So-
why did the Border Patrol endorse it then?
Oh, the Border Patrol endorses Trump. I can assure you that.
No, they don't. But the Border
They
Patrol
absolutely do.
The Border Patrol did actually endorse the border bill that he voted against, or that he not. voted
That's
against, that
tough.
He got people to vote
because
against.
You have many layers of that, right? In certain, layers of that matrix management system, whatever runs that part of the agency there might have benefited, right? They might have been able to get a bump in salary or be able to hire a bunch of people. But, the person I guess
Alana,
all in
thank
all,
you so
right, the
much.
people
I
that-
appreciate it. Thank you.
the people that are down on the ground floor say that whatever was happening was just going to accelerate the problem. I think it's pretty commonplace to
So
be
you're
a
literally
worker.
you're just literally basing it on this one anecdotal opinion. Yeah, I appreciate the elephant. Thank you so much.
Well, I've asked, I've done my research with these people, and yeah, I mean, I have to take their word for it. I trust them; they're trustworthy people. So, but I'm not going to be able to argue.
Okay, so all right. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about, Rod?
I don't know. I guess not. I guess go Trump 2024, baby.
Okay. All right, let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. We are just looking for some debates. Only send a guest request if you are voting for Trump, y'all. The Everybody Sharts guy. Yeah,
Oh no.
Yo, what's up? Are you voting for Trump?
No, I was just the lawyer who was
Oh, based. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
I was just the lawyer who was complaining about that guy. As you can see, my picture is me and Kamala Harris. So
Based. That's so based. That's so cool. Well, I appreciate you coming up. Thank you so much. Thank you.
yeah, if you have any questions about Canadian immigrants, which he's wrong about, because I'm both a Canadian immigrant and a lawyer, he was wrong about basically everything. But you go debate the people who you need to debate.
All right, thank you so much. I appreciate you. That's so funny. That's so funny. Let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. That's so funny. All right. It didn't accept this individual. Type MAGA in the comment section right now if you want to be brought up, y'all. Type MAGA in the comment section right now if you want to be brought up. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Okay, so I'm on an alternate account. I'm not this old, but I am 20.
Okay, are you voting Trump?
I'm currently on the fence. I'm not super politically inclined, but I did want to ask you a couple questions that I was a little bit confused about.
Okay. One question before you do, because I think this might just like change your entire opinion here. Would you vote for someone who more likely than not sexually assaulted a woman?
I probably would not, no.
No. So Donald Trump was held legally responsible in a civil court for sexual abuse of E. Jean Carroll, which means that he forcefully penetrated her against her will. So that was determined to be the case based on preponderance of evidence, which means more likely than not. So that's true about Donald Trump. So are you still going to vote for him or thinking about voting for him?
I told you I'm very much so on the fence. I wasn't leaning that way. I am very much still doing my research. This is obviously my first election.
Would you still vote for him, given that you know that now?
I mean, I did know that. I've always known that. I completely, obviously, condemn that as a, essay survivor and an essay advocate on my campus. I completely, condemn that.
So why would we think about, voting for someone who, more likely than not did this?
I'm sure you've heard this plenty of times, but I'm not voting that's not why I'm voting. You know what I mean? That's not what that's not what someone's voting about. I completely, there's just.
So would you vote for someone that more likely than not sexually assaulted a child?
No, I certainly would not want to do that.
So why would you vote for someone who more likely than not sexually assaulted a woman? She left. All right. Oh my gosh, Ginger, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much, Ginger. I really appreciate it. Jennifer, thank you for the $1 as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I do think Janice sent $25 and I didn't see that earlier. Thank you so much, Janice. I really do appreciate that. And Sarah, thank you so much for the $5. I do just see that. I don't think I caught that either. Thank you. Let me get on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. Let's get this next person up here, y'all. All right. All right, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you? All right, let's try this next individual.
Ooh.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
33.
Are you voting Trump?
Yes, sir.
Why so?
I just don't agree with abortion. I'm pro-life.
Okay, so you want to restrict women's access to abortion?
Do I want? So no, I just don't agree.
So you think it should be illegal?
So I don't agree. I think there's exceptions to it for sure.
Do you think elective abortions should be illegal?
So I think in cases of rape, right? In cases of maybe incest and also life of the mother.
Do you think those things should be federally protected?
Yes.
So that's Roe versus Wade. Donald Trump quite literally put multiple people in the Supreme Court with the explicit reason of overturning Roe versus Wade, which then got rid of the federal protections for rape victims. So now that there are multiple states, I'm pretty sure it's 12 states that do not have exceptions for rape.
Okay, so my response to that would be, when you look at the time frame that they have, and I think you can correct me on this, but I think it's up to maybe 8 months that they can have an abortion. So you got to think at 8 months, I believe a child can survive outside the womb.
No. Actually, when you're saying that 8 months, you wouldn't be getting an abortion there. You'd be inducing labor. Okay? So lethal abortions don't really happen at that point. Thank you for the confetti. Thank you so much. And Nikki, thank you so much for the $47 from Madam President Kamala Harris. 47. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the $47. Thank you. So not only is that not happening, especially Roe v. Wade doesn't allow for it.
You know what I don't understand? What I don't understand is that if you are pro-abortion, and then someone, and this is how I know, like when you look at it from the eyes of the law, if you kill a woman who is with child, do you know what they charge you with, Parker?
Oh my gosh, this point. I appreciate the confetti. Thank you so much. Double homicide. There are lots of things that are
Why do they
defined
charge you
legally.
with double homicide?
Listen. There are lots of things that are defined legally that I don't agree with. I don't define it as double homicide.
So you don't agree with the judicial system.
Wait. Me disagreeing with a law and how it's defined is not me disagreeing with whether or not a jury makes an accurate determination of events that have occurred. Do you understand the difference between what is the law versus how someone is interpreting like an event to have occurred?
Elaborate. Continue with your thoughts.
So like I disagree with laws like all the time. Like I disagree with a law that didn't allow for Donald Trump to be tried in a criminal case, the statute of limitations in New York. I disagree with that. Right, that's an example. Right, but I think that it's accurate, the jury's determination.
So again, what you're saying is that you disagree with the law that states that when someone kills a woman with child, that it is double homicide.
That is double homicide.
Why do you disagree with that?
Prior to the context of sentience, but it would be considered homicide and a unlawful or like a non-consentful termination of pregnancy, right?
You said
so that would still be illegal under my view. It would still be illegal to do that because that was against their will, terminating a pregnancy. Yolanda, thank you so much for the galaxy. Thank you so much. So there's a homicide and then a forceful termination of pregnancy, like non-consensually.
See, to me, both are, I feel like the same. I think that if the law states that you're killing two people, if you kill a woman with child, and then you go and have an abortion, to me, that is essentially
I don't define
same.
things how the law defines them, and neither do you. There are plenty of laws that you disagree with how they're defined.
Yeah, for sure. But in my opinion, that to me, like, that's a very important point. You know, I mean, I think that when you think about human life in general, that's what it is. It starts at conception. Human life starts at conception.
Yeah, but do you think that it's a person at conception?
Yes, absolutely.
Really?
What else would it be?
Okay, so I'll ask you this: is this a person? Are you saying this is a person?
That's funny, Parker. Yes, that's a person.
So that's a microorganism. Okay.
Yes.
So that's not even a zygote. That's not even a zygote. That's just a microorganism. So do you typically mistake people for microorganisms, Philip? Like in real life, do you typically mistake people for microorganisms?
So no, I don't typically mistake people for microorganisms. But what I do know is that human life begins when the ovum is fertilized. And the new combined cell mass begins to divide. And this was...
Okay, I agree life begins then, but I don't think it's valuable until it's sentient, right? For example, right, do you think that women who have IUDs are murderers?
No.
Okay, but like not only can it prevent fertilization, but it can prevent implantation, which means it prevents a fertilized egg at conception from implanting into the uterine wall.
Well, that's the appropriate way. That's Planned Parenthood 101 right there. You know, that's the appropriate way to prevent pregnancy. I think that if you are proactively...
Wait, but that ends a human life under your view. That ends a person's life. Because the zygote,
absolutely,
you end the zygote's life?
No, absolutely, it does not, Parker. Because
it quite literally does.
Because you are so for instance, that's like, for instance, to say that is like, that's almost like saying, oh, because I'm on birth control, you know, I am
No, because
proactively.
birth control, that's going to like be preventing the likelihood of fertilization, right? So that's not going to be affecting it once it's already fertilized. The IUD is not only going to affect and prevent fertilization, it's going to prevent implantation, which prevents the fertilized egg, the life at conception, from implanting into the uterine wall, therefore killing a human life. So under your worldview, it would be murder. So then you think all the women in the chat who have an IUD should go to jail
No,
because they're committing murder, right?
Of course not. Parker.
Otherwise, then
But
you think there should be
I do think
legalized
all
murder.
the
You're,
women-
you're literally
all the
arguing
women-
legalized murder.
Listen. All the women in the chat who have IUDs, right, are just preventing pregnancy, right? They're not committing
Base,
murder.
I have no issue with it. I have no issue with IUDs at all, right? The issue I have with your worldview is that you think that zygotes are people, okay? Single cell organisms. And if you think that's true, well, then all of those women should go to prison.
Absolutely not. Those are two different things I believe we're talking about here. Two different things. I think the prevention of pregnancy.
Life
is one
begins at
thing.
conception, right? Not implantation.
No, you're absolutely right. It begins at conception. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, so then why are
I
you
will
okay
say
with
that-
killing people? How
Again,
dare you
I
be
can ask
okay
you
with
this.
murdering
How are you-
little
how-
babies?
How are you? I could ask you the same question, Parker. How are you okay
It's
with
no it's
killing babies?
no, I'm using your own view to say murder because I'm not saying murder under my definition. Because again, it's not murder under my definition until sentience, and then after sentience, in the context in which it would be murder is only electives.
Yes, in the example that I gave you when it comes to the double homicide, yes. In that case, the law, in the eyes of the law, they look at it as two people. So yes, in the eyes of the law, yes, it is murder. But in the case of abortion,
I'm not talking.
It
About
is-
I don't care about the law.
I don't understand how you don't care about the law. If then in one sentence
Dude,
you'll say
if the law quite literally says that someone like doesn't, does that mean that that's true? No, you don't give a shit about the law.
absolutely not. But if the law states
So like, who gives a fuck what the law says?
if the law
That's not
states- if the
relevant to
law
what we
states that-
view.
if the law states that SA is defined as something particular to something going into something else, right? Like maybe I could say I don't
That's
care
just how
about
it's
the law.
defined legally. Yeah, you
I'm just
said
saying
I don't care about
the law, right? Like I could use the same argument you use. It's like I don't care about what that law states. Who cares about the law, right? Who cares about 34 convicted? Or who cares about 34 felonies? Who cares about that? It's just the law.
No, again,
Right?
so what you're
Obviously,
not
there's precedence there.
So again,
Right?
there are plenty of laws that you think are unjustified, right?
Absolutely.
So then I don't understand why.
But
this is
would
a
you
concept
agree that
that's
there
so
are plenty? Would you agree that there are plenty of laws that are justified, right? And
Yeah.
Because you, yeah. So
And I
you would
gave
argue
you a
that
reason why this law is unjustified.
to me, I don't believe so because I believe it is human life, right? So like that's just a matter of opinion. It's just a matter of opinion, and that's okay.
Yeah, I agree it's human life, but you don't give a shit about human life because, again, you just said that women who have IUDs are not murderers. So even though it leads to the deaths of babies, murder of babies under your view, you think it still should be legal.
So again, to say that, preventing pregnancy, even if you were to use my opinion on it, for instance, the double homicide, right? To say that preventing pregnancy with an IUD is the same as me saying that, that is murder. It is not the same. It is not the same. It is not the same, even based off the definition I'm giving you, because I'm referencing a law, right? I'm referencing a law, okay? So I'm not telling you that it's the same. Both can be true, Parker. Both can be true, is all I'm saying, right? And my whole is like, the reason I don't vote for Kamala, it's like this. Parker, I'll ask you a question. Do you think it's okay to throw innocent people in jail?
No, I would hope not. So that's why we engage
Okay,
in
so
policy to
why
reduce
would
the
you vote
likelihood of that
for
happening.
why would you vote for someone who threw someone or who incarcerated someone who was innocent?
Yeah, well, because it is the case that happen regardless of who's there. We're just trying to reduce the likelihood of that happening, which she was trying to do. right? She was trying to engage in criminal justice reform to actually ensure that these things, like specific things like the leafy greens, are legalized federally to reduce the likelihood of that happening.
Yeah, hold up 1 second. I could barely hear. Say that one more time. My bad, Parker.
Yeah, so she's specifically advocating to like federally legalize the leafy greens. Appreciate the paper print. Thank you so much, to reduce the likelihood of that happening. Right.
Oh, okay. So tell that to Jamal Truelove. Do you know who that is?
No.
Okay, that's the young black man that she incarcerated for murder, right? And he was clearly innocent. Clearly innocent. And did you know what they found later on in the appeals court? Do you know what they found out about that case? They found out that Kamala Harris overzealously prosecuted his case.
Can you give me a source?
Despite.
Off of that. What are you doing? Why is that more important to you?
Can I have a source, Philip?
Yeah, of course. Give me 2 seconds. Give me 2. My my wife wants to argue with me real quick, but I'm gonna finish this up with you. But I'll send you my source. Give me 2 seconds. Okay?
Does she agree with me, or does she disagree with me?
That's unfair. That's unfair, Parker. That's unfair. That's unfair to do. But I'll give you my.
With me?
So yeah, she's pro-choice. Yeah.
Ah, let's go! Let's fucking go!
Calm down. I'm just being honest with you.
Can we get some W's in the chat for the wife?
Right, W's for Danielle, right? But no, no, she's pro-choice, and I respect that. Just like I respect your opinion and decision on who you want to vote for, right? I'm just giving you my perspective on things, in my opinion, right? But no. So the source is. One moment. This is. Here we go. NPR.
Yeah, what's the title? Yeah, Show, thank you so much for the galaxy. Thank you so much, Show. In the meantime, everyone tap that screen to get to 500,000 likes, everyone.
It is NPR, and the title is Let's Talk About Kamala Harris. So, and you can scroll down, all the information is there. Yeah, so you can scroll down. Jamal Truelove.
Yo, Brittany,
who was incarcerated for Jamal Truelove, who was incarcerated for murder when it was obvious, and you can look at the case in detail as well.
Where does
it was
say
obvious.
That in the NPR article?
Just scroll down. I mean, if you may point it out exactly. Hold up.
Yeah, you could just tell me like the paragraph. Not only that, or you could give me the core document that has her name on it. Like, do they link to a core document that has her name on it?
Yeah. 1 sec.
All right. In the meantime, everyone tap that screen. Let's get to 500,000 likes. Share the live as well, everyone. We should also ask about, like, how Trump wants to pardon, right, some January 6 rioters that violently assaulted police officers and were convicted of it. Because he thinks they're innocent. But, yeah. But, yeah, do give it a second, everyone. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. We are just looking for some debates, y'all. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, Shea, thank you so much. I appreciate the money gun. Thank you. All right. Give it a minute, everyone. Should we add up a second person just to, like, help them out? Let's do it. Yo! Darksided, thank you so much for the future city. Thank you so much, Darksided. Yo, what's up, Chris? How old are you? How old are you, Chris?
44.
You voting Trump?
I am.
Why so?
I'm going to drop the link in the chat here.
I won't be able to. I need to hear the title. I already have the title. Like what's the? Because I won't be able to see the link in the chat.
All right. So,
Chris, what was the reason you're voting Trump?
Well, if I have two choices between Trump and Kamala, I would definitely vote Trump.
Why so?
I don't know. Just from what I've been fed and, past, his past term, things were better in my life.
Okay, so can you tell me one policy that he influenced to get passed that you like?
No, I can't recite it right now, but your sources are based all online, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so are all your sources are all of your sources correct?
Yeah. Else I wouldn't give out the source.
So everything you read online that you like look up
That I'll give to people. Yeah.
are all correct and verified.
Yeah.
Okay. So why are you voting for Kamala?
Well, she hasn't been held legally responsible for sexual abuse, defamation, fraud. She doesn't have 34 felonies. She hasn't been undermining our American democracy for the past few years with no sufficient evidence to indicate that she won.
Okay, so is she the first black woman to run for president?
Well, she's the first nominee, of the Democratic Party who has been a black woman.
Okay, so do you think she's promoting she's the first black woman to run for president?
I don't think she's the first black woman to run for president, but I do think she's going to be the first black president who's a woman.
So, okay, so do you think that her campaign now is running based on the fact that she's the first black American woman to run for president?
She's also like Asian. She's also going to be the first Asian woman president.
Okay, well, so that's what confuses me. That's what I'm kind of confused about, and that's why I kind of chimed in on this because, I've heard conflicting stories. She was raised by an Indian mom. She's not even.
And her dad's Afro Jamaican. That's her dad.
She's not.
Her dad is Afro Jamaican.
Wait, she's what?
Her dad is Afro Jamaican.
Afro Jamaican. Okay, well, either way, it just, I was just kind of confused, on what she's really running on because, everybody's
what is she running on? So specifically, she's running on.
Don't interrupt. I was just saying, now everybody's yeah, it's the first black woman to run for president. Well, I'm just kind of confused because I don't think she's really African American.
So you're saying she's not black?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
She is.
So you're saying she's African American?
Yes. Her father is Afro Jamaican.
Which means what?
Which means that she has African in
Jamaican.
her ethnicity.
Okay,
African and Jamaican. Well, I don't know what's so confusing about this. People can be biracial.
She's definitely black for sure, right? There's no debate about that. I think what
I'm not debating that. I'm confused because I don't really know, and that's why I kind of chimed in because
she's definitely black, but I think that
you seem to know a lot more than me, Parker. So that's why I kind of chimed in because I've been watching you for a while, and you seem to know a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean,
just based on what you see online and stuff. So that's why I kind of want to chime in.
I think Donald Trump is spewing racist lies, right? Disputing her being black.
What do you mean by that? So what race?
Just how he did with Obama, saying that he was born in Kenya when their birth certificates have been born in the United States.
Okay, so how is that racist though?
How is that racist? Because he's undermining the nomination of them because they're black.
But is it?
That's called mudslinging. That's called mudslinging, and that's a political tactic. Every politician who's running for president does that.
Garrett, think of the $5.
They do that through ads all the time.
Really? Can you tell me when Hillary Clinton did that to Barack Obama when she was running against him in the primaries?
Well, I don't think a Democrat would do that.
I don't think exactly. I was thinking. I'm not sure.
What about John
because
McCain?
They're both running for the same party. I don't think that they would do that to one another.
What about John McCain? What about Mitt Romney? Did they do it?
I don't know. Let me fact check you, because I feel like every politician, especially during their race, has some form of mudslinging involved, whether it be
John,
like a
John
slight.
McCain brought in respect. Like, that is one thing I definitely will give to John McCain. John McCain made sure
you might be right. You definitely probably know more about John McCain than I do, for sure. But I would have to look that up and see. But I know that's a tactic. That's a political tactic, and that you could look that up. It's a known thing. It's not like I'm just saying this. Like, mudslinging is actually a political tactic. They do that all the time.
Yeah, and does that mean it's okay? Let's say it
No.
does.
No, of course not. But it doesn't make it racist. My point is, it doesn't make it
that
racist.
John McCain was
That's
quite
what I'm
literally.
saying. Like, where do you see, like,
Chris, like, it doesn't. You're right. It doesn't make him racist.
Racially undermining Kamala.
Wait, absolutely. I think it absolutely does.
Obama.
There's not only that, but there's housing discrimination lawsuits where they would tell black families that there aren't any openings, and they would tell white families there are openings. They would mark non-white applicants with the letter C, so they would tell them that there aren't openings. There was the Central Park Five, where he said that they all should receive the death penalty, even though they've been exonerated. Never has apologized for that.
Okay, so how about the people that she put in jail for weed? Or is that not?
I have to kick you because you can't say that on live. Now,
No.
she advocates for federal legalization of the
Yeah,
greens.
she does.
So that is one thing.
Which
Trump
actually-
still advocates to put
she,
drug dealers in on the death row. So
Yeah, it actually, if I'm not mistaken, Parker, I think it
also she
actually
didn't have
took.
jurisdiction. But what?
Yeah, I think it actually took her a while to come to terms with, advocating for that, the legalization of, because, I mean, from what I've read, I think that, like, she was hesitant at first, especially when she was the attorney general for for California or whatever the case may
Yeah,
be.
I don't know how she had the authority to sentence people in that context. I don't know what people are saying there. That she would have had it when she was district
but I've
attorney.
heard that. Yeah, I've heard that before. What Chris was saying, I've heard that, like,
She didn't think of the
and I think maybe he probably should have worded it like she was basically incarcerating people for, minuscule things in a state where it was already recreationally, she was still, incarcerating. I think that's what he was referencing. But again, I would have to look that up. I read something about that before, but I don't know how factual that actually is. So, but I'm not sure.
$4.20. Thank you so much. Well, what we do know for sure is that the person who's perpetuating the drug war is Donald Trump. The person who's arguing against it is Kamala Harris.
Yeah. But no, my stance on things is, because I base a lot of things off of, my religion. So, and I'm not one to push religion on anyone. I don't even know if you're religious or not. I just know that, when it comes to human life, I value, and this is my argument, I value human life more than, that of the life of, say, for instance, like a plant or something. I don't know. I value human life more than that. Right. And I think that when you try to put it in the context that, it's not really a human, it's just, life in general, it's kind of, to me, I feel like you're kind of negating the fact that you are actually talking about a person. And the reason you would negate that is because there's a certain amount of, in my opinion, shame that comes behind it. It's like when people say they're pro-abortion, like, you don't want to word it in a way where it's like, oh, so you're okay with killing babies. If you word it that way, people get very defensive. They get very defensive. So then they start to argue whether or not it actually is.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a person until sentience.
Yeah, which is, and I understand that, but again, like when you look at the time frame in which you can have an abortion, it's like, what is it? I mean, you could probably quote that. I can't, you probably know more about the abortion law than I do. But like I said, I think it's pretty late up until like the third trimester that they can have an abortion. And to me, that is
so under
ridiculous.
Roe versus Wade, there
Outside of
isn't under Roe versus Wade, there isn't that. It's all induction of labor after that point. Philip, you are lagging out some MAGA mobile right now. Someone said Barker said he's a communist. No, I did not. Okay, you are lagging, man. Okay, Philip, I am going to go into the next person. You are lagging a lot. Let's try to get the next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. Do tap that screen, everyone. Let's get to 700,000 likes. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
I'm 28.
You voting Trump?
Yes, sir.
Why so?
I'm not, and I know you're going to kick me off. I just want to say, Parker, I love you. I think you're awesome. I watch you all the time.
Appreciate you. I really appreciate you. Thank you. I do appreciate you. I do appreciate you a lot. Let's get some W's for them in the comment section. W's for them. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello?
Are you voting Trump?
Yes, sir.
And why is that?
I think he's going to handle our economics a little better, and I think he's going to handle the border a little better compared to Kamala. And I got some reasoning behind that. And I don't have like all the facts. I haven't been paying enough attention, but just going off of like, I just graduated not too long ago, class 23. So going off of how much it costs, like example, gas, it used to cost me $50 to fill up when I was like a freshman. And then by the time I was graduating, you know, we switched presidents in that time frame. Now it costs almost $80 for me to fill up the same vehicle right now. So like freshman year, I would have ran out of money if it was costing me that much.
Yeah, Garrett. So it is the case that this is not related to the president of the United States, like Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. This inflation has happened worldwide. It's happened in Africa. It's happened in Asia. It's happened in South America. It's happened in Europe. Everywhere around the world.
All right, well, I obviously wasn't very informed on that. So then I'll just switch to my other reason, the border. So I remember I watched you a few nights ago. You said that you're from Iowa, so I'm sure you know what Iowa Select is.
Iowa Select?
Yeah, it's that a big hog business. You know, Iowa Select at all, the hog business, because I'm from Iowa too. So
I
it's
grew up in the
basically
Quad Cities. I have no clue what that is.
Okay, well, it's basically just your big pork producing company. And so, out of nowhere, you can hire these crews. They get these, I don't want to sound racist, but they're Mexicans, but none of them speak English. And so a lot of chore guys had to like, because they'll come into our personal office and do a little bit of computer work when they do their stuff. And people are starting to get a lot of stuff stolen and a lot of their stuff rummaged through when they're going through that. So I feel like that might be a problem. So I feel like
I don't know why you're associating people who are Mexican to be people who are committing crimes, right? When people
it only makes sense because they're the only other people that are allowed in there other than your main tour guy and your manager.
Yeah, so I don't. That's crazy. So I don't know why you're associating it with people who are Mexican, right? That this is specifically happening. Are you?
That's the only race that does the loading most of the time for us.
Okay, so race. So like, I don't know why you're associating it with like being Mexican. So can you give me any? Or race? Why are you associating
I'm thinking of it more as like, you know, your border, like, because that's where most of our illegal immigrants are coming from is Mexico.
Oh, okay, so are you saying that these people are undocumented immigrants?
I feel like they are.
I don't know why you're associating undocumented immigrants with Mexicans when more people who are coming to the country are from other regions around the world. But I just want to say this. Undocumented immigrants are less likely to commit violent crime than natural-born U.S. citizens. They're less likely to engage in property crime. Okay, so what you're bringing up right now is, again, less likely to happen with the people that you're referencing comparative to natural-born U.S. citizens.
You might be right. I obviously don't know for sure, so I can take your word for it. But just going off of some personal experiences that we've gone through, it just, the dots connect, and then I just go to make that assumption.
Okay, so why are you associating? I don't know why you're associating it with them. That makes really no sense to me. I have a question.
You'd really have to be in the position to understand, I feel. Because, like,
okay.
You get your, like, I'm not saying all of them are, because I've just a few weeks ago, I talked to one of these Mexican guys, and they actually knew how to speak English, and this guy was really cool. I liked him a lot. But some of these things that come in are really sketchy.
Holy fucking shit, bro. It's like, bro, holy shit. Holy fuck, dude. my brain is gonna be in fucking rotting for like years after that conversation. Holy fucking shit, dude. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
22.
You voting Trump?
I sure am.
So?
Because he was one of the greatest presidents in the last fucking 3 decades.
Oh, Lord. Can you name me one piece of legislation that he influenced to get passed that benefit the middle class more than to benefit rich people? Oh, when you swipe out of the app, I can't hear you, man, when you go to search it up on Google.
Yeah, I got some notes here in my notes, but yeah, I mean, fuck, dude, he created more jobs than fucking Biden has. He's done.
What policy?
I can't name policies with you.
So actually, under his administration, there was a net loss of jobs. Unemployment rate went up net.
Because of COVID.
So happened under his administration. If you're just looking at his administration, that's what happened. If you're not going to relate to a policy. If you want to relate to a policy under the Biden administration, Biden-Harris administration, we have the Infrastructure Bill, the CHIPS and Science Act, the PACT Act, the Inflation Reduction Act. A lot of these things created jobs.
I have no idea what you just said.
Yeah, the Inflation Reduction Act created jobs. The Infrastructure Bill created jobs. The CHIPS and Science Act created jobs. Name one policy that Donald Trump influenced to get passed that created jobs. O'Neill, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Yolanda, thank you for the superpower. Thank you so much. I think he has nothing now, chat. He's ran out of anything. He's scrambling to the notes. Scrambling. He's running out of the pocket, everyone. And sacked. Okay. All right. He's left. He's left. Okay. Oh, he left himself, actually. Okay, let's get this next person up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, Fern, thank you so much for the confetti. Thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
37.
Are you voting for Trump?
Yep.
Why so?
Well, I was going to go back to the previous guy. Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, sir.
How old are you?
22.
22. What kind of jobs have you had?
This.
Okay. So why are you talking about important shit when you haven't done anything in your life? When
I
you
haven't
have
done
no
anything
experiences
in my life?
You haven't had no experiences in life.
What is an experience?
So the guy before you were talking about, you said that he was being racist because he was talking about Spanish people stealing from other people. It's not just him. It's
no. What I was saying is that he was associating it with them being Mexican.
Well, he was trying to explain.
And he was like assuming that
from.
all these people were like sketchy.
He wouldn't say all of them. I've worked in factories. I've worked in factories before where I'd say 60% of the people that are hired are illegals. And most of them do come from Mexico, Guatemala, and out of 10 of them...
Did you know that undocumented immigrants commit less crimes than natural born U.S. citizens at a lower rate?
Actually, they don't because they don't have much to lose.
And Preston, also, that person that was on the live was younger than me, and I have more experience than them. So, like, obviously, you're not going to take into account what they have to say.
I don't think either one of you have any experience. You neither have work experience. You think this is a job, sitting here and talking, and it's not.
Wait, what's a job?
It's a hobby.
What's a
you
job?
like hearing yourself speak. You can't even grow facial hair.
Appreciate
so
that.
why would I
Thank you
listen
so
to
much.
an opinion from a kid who can't even grow facial hair?
I shave. What's a job?
You shave. Yeah, okay.
You literally, bro. You can literally
got
see
hair on your balls.
Can you answer my question?
Go ahead, buddy. Yeah, ask me.
It's weird that you're talking about my balls, bro.
No, I just think you're a little kid and you don't have no life experiences. So
why are you talking about so Preston? Why are you talking about little kids' balls?
You're not a little kid. You're 22 years old.
You just contradicted yourself. You said you're a little kid. Oh wait, no, you're not a little kid.
You're a kid. You have no experiences. You have no work history. You have nothing to say. Like you're sitting here saying,
what
this
experiences
is a job.
do I need? What's a job?
Work experience. You need to go.
Sarah,
out and
thank
get
you
a
for the
job.
$5. Thank you so much for it's a job to deal with fragile men. It is. Now what's a
I'm
job?
not fragile.
What's a job?
What's a job?
Thank you for the Panther Paws. Thank you so much.
Plumbers, police officers.
No. I'm not asking for an example. Like,
warehouse workers.
What's the definition of a job?
A job?
Yeah.
Making money for yourself to support yourself.
I do that.
While sitting here talking, I don't consider that a job. I consider it a hobby.
Wait, but I make money to be able to take care of myself.
That's great, but I think stuff
Kenneth,
like
thank you for the $20. Thank you so much, Kenneth. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Kenneth.
You talking
Thank you
are
for the
fucking
hearts.
retarded.
Oh, now you're just gonna slur. Let's go on to the next person. Lick, thank you so much for the duck. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Do tap that screen. Let's try to get to 500,000 or to 750,000 likes, everyone. Yotza Powell, do you? Are you voting Trump?
No.
All right, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. Oh, we got someone funny on. Yotza Powell, do you?
I'm older than you. Did you? So you said about
Nick,
a job.
thank you for the $5. Thank you, Nick. Yeah, what's up?
So what has Kamala done?
Wait, you said you agreed with the other guy who said I didn't have a job. Do you think I don't have a job?
No, I didn't say that. I said, what has Kamala done? You said something about a job.
Kamala Harris has. Kamala Harris specifically has. She's done the most tie-breaking votes out of any vice president in the last 200 years. Right?
Okay, tell me
With
about
things specifically like the Inflation Reduction Act and the nomination of Ketanji Brown Jackson.
How did she get in office?
How did she become vice president?
No, way before that. Let's go to DA. How did she become that?
I don't quite know all of the history,
All right,
but
hold on.
if you're gonna reference, if you're gonna reference, you think that she specifically like engaged in any type of sexual acts, I'd like to ask you for evidence because I can show you an AP News fact check right now of that being false.
Sure. Look up Kamala Harris and Willie Brown.
Yeah, again, so you can again go to this specifically as it
No,
relates
no,
to.
even
I'm
judge-
looking at it right
even-
now.
even
I'm
a
looking at it right
judge
now. So the
even
claim. No. So
Yes.
so
And what has she done for the black community? Because I'm black. So let's put it out. Don't do nothing racist. What has she done for the black community besides keep black men in prison and not had the Supreme Court had to tell her to release evidence?
So
what has she done
with
for the black
Joe
community?
Biden, they gave $16 billion of funding for HBCUs, right? Which is way more
I'm
than
not
Donald
talking
Trump,
about Joe
16
Biden. I'm
times
talking-
Donald Trump.
I'm
That's
not
what
talking
she
about
specifically advocated for, right? Along with him, right?
Roger, I'm not
She had
talking about Joe
the
Biden.
tie-breaking vote on the nomination of Ketanji Brown Jackson, the first black woman on the Supreme Court, right?
I'm talking about what has she done. I'm not talking
I'm
about.
telling you right now what she just did. I just
And why are so
named
many
multiple
blacks
things.
against her? If she's so safe for the black community, why are there so many blacks turning against her?
Wait, you understand that?
Have you ever been to the hood?
Wait, you
Besides
understand?
in your little uppity neighborhood, have you ever
So
been?
you
to
understand that? You understand that Kamala Harris has a way higher approval rating amongst black people in America
No, she
comparative to
doesn't.
Donald
No,
Trump?
dude, not in the hood. No, a lot of blacks are going for Trump. Not in the hood, Pop. Nah. And I've served with a lot of
So
veterans.
can you give me any
that have
source?
gone for
Can
Trump.
you give me any poll that indicates that?
I go to the hood every day. What you talking about? My workers are from the hood. What are you talking about? There's no polls. If there's polls,
Sharp,
go
thank
ask
you
a
so
lot
much
of
for the
black
galaxy.
people.
Thank you so much.
Go ask every black person you see.
Appreciate the
Do out of
galaxy.
a
Thank you
bunch
so
of
much.
black people, how many black people would vote for her or Trump? Do a real poll. You do your own poll. Ask any black person on here that would vote.
Anissa, thank you so much for the $47 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Anissa. And Chelsea, thank you so much for the happy weekend. Thank you so much. Let's get some W's for Anissa in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So what has she done for the black community? Let's not talk about the black community.
I just mentioned multiple things.
No, Parker. No, Parker. No.
I just mentioned multiple things.
No. The black how you gonna keep 1,500 black men in jail just because
So
they're
hold up. So by the way, you can't say any drugs names in particular. Just letting you know. And it is the case that you have no source that indicates that she did that. Right? Can
Yes,
you give me a
she did.
source?
You can look it up. You have a computer.
Can you give me a source?
Oh, I can go find
Fern,
one.
thank you for the $100 on Venmo. Thank you so much. Can we get some W's for Fern in the comment section right now? Thank you so much, Fern. I appreciate it. Get some W's, Fern, in the comment section right now. Thank you so much.
Since you're behind your computer, look up Kamala Harris and Willie Brown.
I've already done that. I have an AP News
What it
fact
says.
check right
Look
now
what
for
it
you.
says.
I have an AP News fact check for you right now. The title of the AP News fact check is A Look at False Claims Around Kamala Harris and Her Campaign for the White House. That is the fact check from AP News. And you can
I'm
scroll
talking about
down.
before the White House. How did she get
No. This is these are claims. I know it. It addresses.
Hold on.
By the way, Louisiana. It addresses that. Okay.
First
so
she was
it
with
addresses.
Maury. Montel Williams.
You're not
She was
listening.
with
You have no
Montel
source.
Williams.
Give me a single source because I just gave you a
It
source
was
that
all
indicates that
over
that's
the
not
news.
true. that you're arguing that that's the only reason she got her position. You're engaging in misogyny.
She went to BET Awards with the dude back in the day. So you don't know nothing about her. It was on the watch BET Awards. She was with Montel Williams at the BET Award after she left Willie Brown. Then she went back to Willie Brown.
So again,
Look it up.
No, what you're not understanding is I need you to give me a source that specifically said that's the only reason she got into the position she has. Because I just gave you an AP News fact check that specifically indicates that this is not the reason. Okay. So if they had a relationship, that doesn't mean if they had a relationship, that doesn't mean that she's. Be quiet.
That's how she got to
Shut up, or I'm going to mute you. Right? You're not listening. Listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth because you're not engaging genuinely right now. If they had a relationship, that does not mean that's the only reason she got into the position she did. You're just saying, oh, women shouldn't be able to engage in relationships. Donald Trump's cheated on every single one of his wives. He's cheated on the last one while she was pregnant with a porn star. You don't talk about that. Why are you not talking about that? Talk about Donald Trump. The only reason he's in the position he is right now is because he inherited it from his dad. So talk about who fucking gets in this position for no reason. Donald Trump's in this position for no reason. None of what he specifically did. That's fucking ridiculous for you to sit there and say that. Dominique, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Dominique. Thank you so much. Harris 2024. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Dwayne, thank you so much for the $1. I appreciate it.
And Kamala laid on her back for her position.
You have no evidence.
Dude,
thank you so much. Are you just going to keep spewing the same misogynistic bullshit? Are you just going to keep spewing the same misogynistic bullshit over and over again with no fucking evidence? With literally no fucking evidence? Right? Like you're literally sitting there, you're stigmatizing women for actions you don't stigmatize men for. Men will do significantly worse actions and you won't fucking stigmatize that. Thank you for the boxing gloves. Thank you for the sunglasses. Where's your fucking conversations about that? About what Donald Trump's done wrong? He says he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years. He says he likes to walk into changing rooms of naked teenage girls because he quote unquote owns the place. He says that his daughter's voluptuous. He says he's sex in common with his daughter.
That?
Yes, you want to hear it?
Did you hear him say that?
Yes, I did hear him say that. You want to hear him say it too? You want to hear him say it too, buddy? You want to hear him say it too?
Yeah. Show me the source.
Kenneth, thank you for the $20. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Kenneth.
Bring it up. I want to hear the video.
Wendy, I appreciate the manifesting. Thank you so much. What do you want to hear?
I want to hear him saying it.
Say which one? Which claim? Wait, which claim? I'll play it.
Him being in with 10-year-old girls, not ABC.
Stephanie, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Donald Trump himself saying he's doing all that.
Yeah, he said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years to her face.
Let me hear it then. Show me the video proof. You said you heard him say it. Show me the video proof.
Yeah, I'm waiting through the ad. Everyone tap the screen. Let's get to 1 million likes. Share the live as well, everyone. It will get it out to more people.
And look in New York. Not New York, California. Look at the policies she passed in California.
Oh Lord! Hold up. I want you to instead of pivoting for 1 second, I want you to sit here and I want you to your fucking candidate literally sexualize a 5th grader. Okay, watch your candidate sexualize a 5th grader. Let's hear it right now. Hold up. All right.
Thursday night, you're going up the escalator. I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
What?
How old was she?
10 years old.
Thursday night,
dating a
you're going up the
20-year-old? How do you know?
I'm going to be dating her
How
in
do you
10
know he
years.
was talking to a 10-year-old?
That's sexualizing a 5th grader. That's crazy as fuck.
How did you know she was 5th grader?
Because that's what's been indicated by NBC News, who's quite literally did that interview in the first place.
No, not
NBC.
Not NBC.
Deanna, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
NBC talking about he's with Project 2025. And he's
so he actually has affiliations with Project 2025.
No.
There are many people on his administration that do, along with his vice president. Quite literally says that there are lots of great things in it, and he's lied about it on True Social. Dana, thank you so much for the $1. Thank you so much.
What about Kamala? She lied.
What did she lie about?
She says she wanted to do away with fracking. Now all of a sudden she wants fracking.
No, she had a changed position. So
yeah, she did.
JD Vance said that Trump is America's. JD Vance said Trump is America's Hitler.
Did he say that?
Yeah. JD Vance said Trump is America's Hitler.
That's when he was.
So he changed his mind, right?
All right. So he can't change his mind, but
hold up. Listen.
He can't change his mind, but she can.
In 2006.
I said that if Ivanka were my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Oh, it's so weird. Stop. You know what? You are sick. far from protecting his daughter.
By the way, your daughter, she's beautiful. Can I say this? A piece of ass. Yeah. She looks more voluptuous than ever.
She's actually always been very voluptuous. She's tall. She's almost 6 feet tall.
In May of
Hold on, I'm gonna bring up a source
Well,
for
I
you.
was
Hold on.
going to say.
Williams asked about things the two have in common.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
Yeah, you want to vote for him?
Hold on.
You want to vote for him?
He's way better than her.
So you have done that. Now,
I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
You're like a
everything is
doctor.
good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
Still voting for him?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, he's also been held legally responsible for sexual abuse, defamation, fraud. He has 34 felonies. He tried to overthrow our government. None of those matter to you.
He's tried to
restricting women's rights doesn't matter to you.
Hold on.
Appreciate the Panther Paws. Thank you so much. Nothing?
Hold on.
Hold on. Oh, Lord, chat. Please save me. Please save me. Please save me right now. Please, chat. It's unbelievable. What the hell is going on, man?
All right, here you go.
Would you vote for someone who more likely than not sexually assaulted a woman?
I want to speak on Kamala. Like, she had the 3 strike rule in effect, if I ain't mistaken. Oh, yeah. She got a record.
What am I listening to?
Judge Joe Brown.
Legal exams.
Appreciate the head mustache. Thank you so much. Well, what am I listening to? I don't want to listen to some random audio.
Different sentences in America for simple possession of marijuana.
What am I listening? Oh, I have to kick you now because you can't say that on TikTok Live. You can't say that on TikTok Live. Deanna, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. We are just looking for some debates, y'all. Please, everyone, only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. Keep tapping that screen. Let's get to 1 million likes. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App in the bio, everyone. By the way, everyone, you can't refer to the drugs in specific. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? All right, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. All right, let's get this next individual up here. Again, everyone, please only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. Also, by the way, everyone, Kamala Harris is advocating for federal legalization of the leafy greens. So Donald Trump's advocating to put people on death row for drug dealing. So that's the difference between these candidates. All right, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Are you voting Trump?
Yes, sir.
Why so?
Best president in American history.
Really?
Yes, sir.
So you think that he was a better president than anyone else? Okay, can you tell me one policy that he did that benefit the middle class more than it benefit rich people? Okay. All right, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. That's truly unfortunate, chat. Truly unfortunate. Yo, how old are you? Okay. All right, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. We are just looking for some debates, y'all. Just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
You have a fucking weird name. Holy shit. Let's go on to the next individual. Yo, Denise, thank you so much for the $4.20. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
36.
Are you voting Trump?
I don't know, but I had a question about the speech that Biden gave the other.
Incredible. Woo. Only sending guest requests. You're voting for Trump, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? All right, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. Again, we are just looking for some debates. This is promising. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello?
Yeah.
You voting Trump?
Yeah.
Why so?
Why not?
Well, would you vote for someone who more likely than not sexually assaulted a woman?
No, that's retarded.
Already using a slur. Right, you know, I had a guess that like something like that was going to happen because, you know, he had a fish just holding up, you know. I bet that that's his dating profile picture. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
It looks wonderful.
Nice. All right, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
54.
Are you voting Trump?
Yes, sir.
Why so?
Because of all the jobs he provided when he was in here before, and he'll close the border down.
What policy did he influence to get passed that caused there to be a lot of jobs?
He created a lot of jobs when he was in there. The last time, and inflation wasn't as high, gas wasn't as high.
Gerardo, thank you for the $5. Due to what policy? Due to what policy?
Trump train 2024.
Are you trolling?
Trolling? No, I'm not trolling.
So why did you just say that after not being able to provide any evidence?
Because I said what I wanted to say. That's what I said.
What policy did he do that caused that? He left. Oh Lord, dude. Oh Lord, chat. We've got some intellectuals today. We've got some intellectuals. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
22.
You voting Trump?
I am.
Why so?
Just because, like, some of the, like, as far as, like, abortion and stuff goes, like, that's just my beliefs. Like, I'm pro-life and all that stuff, and, like, stuff with the transgenders and stuff. I don't believe any of that, and
Are you Christian?
I am, yes.
So how is your God a man, a father, without any biology?
What do you mean?
Yeah, and so the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. How is he a father, he, him, if he has no biology?
I mean, I don't know.
No clue?
No.
What's a man?
A man is a male, I guess.
Is God the Father a male?
He's just God.
So he isn't a father.
I mean, he's the father to us.
Okay, so if he's a father, then he's a male, right? So if he's not a male, then how is he a father?
Well, a father is supposed to be, like, above, like, me and my husband. I'm a mother, he's a father. And as the father of the family, he's supposed to be the one to lead us. So I think he's referred to as the father because he is a leader.
Do you think women shouldn't be able to vote?
Do I believe they shouldn't vote?
Yeah, do you think they shouldn't be able to vote?
No, I think they should vote.
Okay. So how do you feel about certain aspects of the Bible saying that women ought to be silent in the church?
I mean,
Have you read Timothy 2:12? Do you want me to read it for you real quick?
yeah, you can.
Yeah, so Timothy 2:12 specifically says, I do not permit a woman to teach or to assume authority over a man. She must remain quiet.
I mean, yeah, I believe that.
So do you
to
believe in
another-
that? You do believe in it?
Yeah, to a degree.
So why should women be able to vote under your view, if that's true?
Because
I think women should be able to vote, but I don't believe in that.
I mean, it's the country I live in, and I feel like I should be able to have a say-so in who leads the country.
I agree with you, but you said you believe in follow the Bible, but it says that you should remain quiet and that you shouldn't assume authority over a man.
I mean, not over a man, no. How is that? How is voting for my president having authority over a man?
So as it relates to the context of like voting, you're voting and enforcing your will upon the other individuals, right? So technically under your own Bible, that wouldn't be permitted. But it seems like you don't hold to that. And that's why you would agree with me and say that you should be able to vote. I agree, you should be able to vote. Hell, I think women are going to save this country, right? From Donald Trump.
My husband don't believe women should vote.
Girl, run. 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 As fast as you fucking can. I'm actually serious. I'm not even trolling. Like, if your significant other thinks you shouldn't be able to vote because you're a woman, how can you think that they respect you?
I don't know. I did have a question though. You said something earlier about like you were asking somebody what Trump had done for the middle class, and I was just curious, like, if you knew. Well, I know you probably know, like, what Joe Biden or somebody had done for the middle class.
Yeah, so like the infrastructure bill, the CHIPS and Science Act, the PACT Act, and the Inflation Reduction Act created jobs for the middle class, built up our infrastructure, right? Reduced the price of prescription drugs, invested in our energy sector. That's what it did, right? What did Donald Trump do? Can you name one policy that he influenced to get passed that benefit the middle class more than to benefit rich people? Yvonne, thank you so much for the $15 for Pastor Parker. Thank you so much.
I honestly have no idea. I'm the same age as you, and I've just now gotten into all this politics stuff, and I was just wanting to ask you a few questions because, like you said, all this sexual abuse and stuff that Donald Trump has done, like, obviously I don't agree with that, and whether it's 100% true or not, I don't know. And
even if that's not the case, like, would you vote for someone who more likely than not sexually assaulted a woman?
I mean, I'd rather vote than not vote for anybody, and I would vote for him over Kamala.
So you would vote for someone who more likely than not sexually assaulted a woman?
I don't want to vote for somebody that supports abortion.
Okay. Do you think it should be legal?
No.
So you think it should be illegal? Like, you think women who get abortions should go to prison?
I mean, I don't think they should go to prison, but I don't think it's
so
right.
Murderers shouldn't go to prison?
Well, yeah.
Yeah? I thought you would typically say pro law and order, like murderers should go to prison.
Yeah.
So, like, why wouldn't you say they should go to prison then?
I mean, I feel like people that support abortion don't really understand. Like, I don't know if I would necessarily call it murder, but I don't think that it's right because that is a life that is
If it's
being
wrong,
grown.
well, then it would be murder. But I agree it's a life at conception. But I don't think we care about things just because they're cellularly speaking alive. I think we care about it once it has a first-person subjective experience and it's human. That's when we start to care about it. And that doesn't happen until 18 through 26 weeks in the womb.
Well, what's the earliest you can have an abortion?
You mean, like, are you able to get an abortion within that? Because the earliest you can get an abortion, that depends on whenever you figure out you are pregnant.
So most people don't even, I mean, a lot of people don't even know they're pregnant until, like, at least, like, 8 weeks.
I think some people know that they're pregnant before, but sure, you could say that's true, and it still is the case that they still should be able to get access to an abortion at that point.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so they should be able to get access to an abortion prior to the point in which it's sentient. That would be 18 through 26 weeks. Most abortions, like 98% of abortions, happen prior to that point. The other ones are like medically necessary and or induction of labor. Sen, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much.
I mean, if it's medically necessary, I mean, whatever. Obviously, that's, you know.
And Xavier, thank you for the $5. So yeah, well, I mean, the point I'm making is that you can still have morality for like people, right, and still be pro-choice, right? Your perception of people who are pro-choice, that like they're just okay with murdering babies. Well, that's not what we're saying here. We're just saying that you should be able to get access to an abortion prior to sentience, because we just don't see it to be valuable prior to that point. The same way you don't see like sperm cells to be valuable, even though they're cellularly speaking alive.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Well, is there anything else you'd like to talk about or add?
I did have another question, but I don't remember. It was from earlier when somebody else was talking. I was going to ask something
Thank
else.
you so much for the galaxy. Thank you so much. Well, I appreciate you coming up. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? All right, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. I agree, Lydia. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Okay, let's get this next individual up here. Yo, Michael, thank you so much. I appreciate the $20 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Michael. I really appreciate that. Let's get this next individual up here. Please, everyone, only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. Let's try to get to 1 million likes, everyone. Let's try to get to 1 million likes. All right, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. Let's get them up here real quick. Keep tapping that screen. Keep sharing the live, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
24.
Are you voting Trump?
Absolutely.
Why so?
For many reasons. One being the economy, which was much better. Two, closing the having more border security.
Denise, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. Do you think there's a border crisis right now?
Absolutely.
Well, did you know that there's the same amount of border crossings right now as there was at the end of Trump's administration? So if there's a border crisis right now, there was a border crisis at the end of Trump's administration. Therefore, why didn't he get rid of the border crisis? Why fix it?
I mean, I guess there's no, there's no way to really completely fix or secure the border like 100%. I guess doesn't matter who's the president, Republican, Democrat. But I would say that the numbers were much better under Trump. With the wall that was being built, more funding for
How much of the wall was
security.
built?
I can't give you the exact number of the wall. How
About
much?
23%, less than 1/4. So even if we gave them another 4 years, they wouldn't even get 50% done. Not only that, he didn't get Mexico to pay for the wall.
He actually did through trade deals.
Armando, think of the $5. What trade deal?
I mean, how are you going to say he didn't get him to pay for the wall?
What trade deal allowed for them to pay for the wall?
I mean, I don't know every single trade deal. I don't have every single fact about the trade deals at the top.
What
of
in
my
the
head.
USMCA?
What's that?
What in the USMCA?
I'm not exactly sure. Maybe you can inform me about the USMCA a little more.
Yeah, that's the trade agreement. What in the trade agreement, gave?
No, I know. I'm aware it's a trade agreement. I'm asking, if you can inform me about the statistics or facts about the
nothing in that funded the wall.
Okay, and how can you prove that?
Show me which clause in it funded the wall.
You show me. You show me which one didn't.
No, wait. Which one didn't? That's not how it works. You'd have to tell me what part of the policy did that. What part of the agreement did that? If you can't show that, well, then obviously, then I'm not going to hold it to be true.
Well, I'm asking you to show me where it doesn't say that.
Yeah, that's not how it works. Like, show me where in the Constitution that it doesn't say that it's okay to like cheat on your partner or something. Like what?
I don't even know what that has to do with.
Yeah, it doesn't say that in there, but like obviously you don't prove a negative like that. That's not how it works. So you'd like prove a claim if you like make the claim.
Okay, well I don't know what that has to do with the border and the wall, but
okay. Would you vote for someone who more likely than not sexually assaulted a woman?
If that means he's going to be a good president and he has good policies, absolutely.
Would you vote for someone who more likely than not sexually assaulted a child?
He definitely did not sexually assault any child.
You vote for someone who more likely than not sexually assaulted a child?
How can you prove it? Prove to me that he sexually assaulted a child?
No, same standard as what we just said prior. Would you vote for someone who more likely than not sexually assaulted a child?
A child? No, but if he proved it.
No, okay, so would you
only if there was proof?
Would you vote for someone who more likely than not sexually assaulted a woman, but you wouldn't vote for someone who more likely than not sexually assaulted a child?
I don't think you can prove either one of those.
Okay, so then why would you vote for one but not the other?
You know what? I take back what I said. I wouldn't vote for either one of them. Only if you could prove it.
Okay, so Donald Trump's been
only if you can prove it though. Prove that he did it.
Donald Trump has been held legally responsible for sexual abuse by a jury of his peers. 9 individuals unanimously said that he forcefully penetrated E. Jean Carroll against her will, based upon preponderance of evidence.
What peers? Who?
What?
Who are these peers?
I don't know the names. There were 9 jurors though.
Oh, there were 9 jurors. You don't know their names, but you know they're his peers.
Yeah. Well, what the fuck else would it be? A fucking dog?
I mean, what does that even mean? You just said they're his peers, but you don't know the names?
No, obviously, I don't know the fucking names. What?
All right, so how do you know they're his peers then? How do you know that?
What are they, dogs?
No, but how do you know they're people? What do you mean by
you know
peers?
what a fucking jury is?
I do know what
it's
jury is.
Full
What
of
do you mean by
people.
peers?
So how do I know they're people? It's a fucking jury. It's not a dog. It's not a dog crew. It's not a zoo, right? We're talking about human fucking beings, man. Do you think peers are like we're not saying people he knows? Oh fuck, dude. Peers? I'm just mean people that are like adults, U.S. citizens. Dude, this is so rough, chat. Oh my god. These are the same people that want to restrict women's rights. These are the people that are wanting to restrict women's rights. So here's what you should do, everyone. Vote for Kamala Harris. Don't vote for misogyny. Don't vote for restricting women's rights. Don't vote for taking us back fucking decades, please. Let's elect our first woman president, please. Let's not fuck up this time. Sadina, thank you so much for the galaxy. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Please vote for Kamala Harris. Get out and vote. Register to vote. Appreciate the sunglasses. Thank you so much. Don't think she's just going to win. Go out and vote. It's a very important election, okay? You're in a red state, still vote. You're in a blue state, still vote. Vote for Kamala Harris. Appreciate it, Sandy. Thank you for the money gun. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yeah, that line's on.
80%.
What? Because now, wait. What happened here?
Are you voting Trump?
Hey, Parker.
You voting Trump?
I am voting Trump.
Why so?
I wanted to ask, could you tell me the reason why you're voting for Kamala? Not the reasons why you're not voting for Trump, but the reason why you're voting for Kamala.
Yeah, she does something for climate change. The largest investment for renewable energy ever as it relates to the Inflation Reduction Act. She wants to expand access to like the Affordable Care Act and to universal health care to take care of our American population when almost every industrialized nation around the world has already adopted this. And we haven't here in the United States. We're lagging behind. She wants to expand access to child care. She wants to expand the child tax credit for each kid under the age of 5 from $2,000 to $3,600 by only increasing taxes on people who make over $400,000 a year, but still retaining all the tax cuts under Trump's bill for people who make under $400,000 a year.
Okay. That's just what I was wondering, man. I'm not here to. I'm not here to get mad about anything or nothing like that. You know. I mean, people are going to vote for who they're going to vote for, whether they're good or bad. Or it's a lot of politics. It's great. Not all. Every person's not going to be good. Some are, some ain't. Some do good things, some do bad things. They all, you know how politicians are. But
All right.
That's just what I wanted to say. I was just one.
I appreciate
I
you
don't
coming up.
know a lot about nothing like that. So, but
For sure.
have a good
Vote
day.
for Kamala. Appreciate you coming up. Let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. We are just looking for some debates. Everyone, again, only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. Keep tapping that screen. Let's get to 1 million likes, everyone. Share the live as well, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, what's good? I'm 18.
Are you voting Trump?
Yeah.
Why so?
Would you have voted for Biden if Biden was still running?
Over Trump, yeah.
Yeah. Would you have voted for someone who more likely than not touched a little girl?
How do you do that? Laura, thank you so much for the $50. Thank you so much. I appreciate it on Venmo. Thank you so much. Laura, I appreciate it. Thank you. Because I can show you a video of Donald Trump touching and kissing little kids. I can show you a video of Donald Trump saying he walks into changing rooms of naked teenage girls because he quote unquote owns the place. I can show you a video saying he would date his own daughter if it wasn't his daughter, saying he's sex in common with his daughter when she says real estate and golf, saying his daughter is voluptuous, saying yeah to Howard Stern, calling his daughter a piece of ass, him saying he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years, him being held legally responsible for sexual abuse.
All right. How about Lucy Flores?
Who's that?
Do you know about Lucy Flores?
No, I don't.
She was a former Nevada State Assemblywoman who wrote an essay about Joe Biden, who approached her from behind, placed her hands on her shoulders, smelled her hair, kissed the back of her head during a campaign event. And then Joe Biden came up and started saying sorry because things have changed and the personal space is not the same.
Can you give me the source? Because I would definitely condemn that behavior.
All right, wait up.
But wait, I have a question. Would you vote for someone who more likely than not sexually assaulted a woman?
No, I wouldn't vote for someone who sexually assaulted a woman. No.
No. So who more likely than not sexually assaulted a woman?
Probably not. Was he proven
So Donald Trump was held legally responsible in a civil court for sexually assaulting E. Jean Carroll. So you wouldn't vote for him, right?
Was he proven that he touched Eugene Carroll?
Yeah, in the context of a civil court, based upon preponderance of evidence, which means more likely than not. That's why I say that term specifically. It's a legal term.
New York Times says Lucy Flores is a woman accusing Joe Biden of kissing her. I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, so you said you wouldn't vote for Donald Trump, right?
I wouldn't vote for someone who touched her.
Say you won't vote for Donald Trump. Say you won't vote for Joe Biden. Why won't you Kamala Harris?
All right, Kamala Harris. Would you vote for someone who more likely than not was corrupt during her prosecutional record?
Can you give me any source?
That
she was corrupt. That she was held civilly liable for being corrupt. Because I can show you him being held civilly liable for fraud, for falsifying business records and having 34 felonies. Is that enough for you? Or are you still voting for Donald Trump?
Wait up, I'm looking for the source of Kamala.
Dun 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 dun. If you're MAGA, type in the comment section right now. I'll bring you up. Let's give them some help. Let's get another person up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. Do tap that screen. Let's run it up to 1 million likes, everyone. Share the live as well. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App in the bio, everyone. Let's get the next person up here. All right. Samuel, thank you so much for the $20 on Cash App. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And Laura, thank you so much for the $50 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Laura. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Give me some W's for Laura in the comment section right now. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
31.
Are you voting Trump?
Yeah.
Why so?
I just think personally that he's gonna do a better job like at the border.
Really? So why did he get people in the Senate to not vote for the border bill that was backed by Senate Republicans, by Lindsey Graham, by the Border Patrol, right? By a huge portion of the Republican Party that was drafted by a Republican lawmaker, etc.
But I think that he's going to do a better job than Kamala.
So what did Kamala Harris do that was bad?
So they like made her the director of the border, and she pretty much failed.
No. So what authority did she have over the border?
I don't know. They made her the border czar, whatever that
so
means.
she specifically had authority over the engaging with other countries like South American and Central American countries, specifically to fix economic conditions there and help with economic conditions there, insofar as that they would reduce in the amount of people coming to this country. So that's what she specifically had authority to do. Right now, you didn't mention anything that she did specifically that would have caused things to be bad.
Who was managing the border then?
Who is managing the border?
Who was allowing all the illegals to come over?
So what do you mean by allowing? There wasn't like a policy that said allow undocumented immigrants into the country.
Yeah, but like if you talk to all the people that were at the border, they're just allowing them to come over the border.
No, it's not true. No. So people
They're
come
lying?
here through the legal asylum process. That's a legal process.
No, they're not coming over legally. They're coming over illegally.
Brent, thank you so much. If that's the case, then that's not with authorization.
So you have Mexicans and people all across the world coming over, terrorists. I mean, it's a little ridiculous. Why is that happening right now?
What do you mean? Say that one time.
What I mean is there's no like regulation to make sure that people are coming over like that are, background checks. Are they, like safe to allow in the country?
Thank you so much. So background check. So did you know that undocumented immigrants are multiple times less likely to commit violent crime than natural born U.S. citizens? Not only is that true, but it is the case that if we look at like these particular cases, I don't know why you're assuming that people are just going to commit violence or whatnot. And if you want people who are in the country to have papers, why don't you specifically give them access to getting papers in the country through the legal process faster? Laura, thank you so much for the $50 on Venmo again. Can we get some W's for Laura in the comment section right now? Thank you so much, Laura. I really appreciate that. Thank you. And Movie, thank you so much for the hand art. W Laura's in the comment section again. Thank you so much.
All right. So they come over, right? All these illegal immigrants come over, and we're just going to provide them with health care, living, you name it. I mean,
wait, so are they stealing? Are they stealing your jobs, or are they taking so much social services and not doing anything? Because it can't be both. And also, all the short term, and also that's not what's happening, by the way. And if you want if you want to talk about immigration, as it relates to people coming here, all the short-term costs associated with immigration are significantly outweighed by the long-term benefits. The Congressional Budget Office, a nonpartisan committee of both Democrats and Republicans, specifically indicated that the majority of the growth of our economy by 2034 is going to be explained by immigration, $7 trillion to our GDP, appreciate the following for you, thank you so much, and $1 trillion in governmental revenues, which helps with the insolvency of Social Security, of Medicare, right, and allows us to actually reduce the debt and the deficit.
So growing population helps with the economy?
So specifically, yes, growing population does help with the economy.
But how does that help with taxes when all these people come over?
More governmental revenue.
But they come over, right? And they get pretty much paid living, paid health insurance.
Completely false.
So they're paying for it themselves?
Yes, people pay for it themselves. If you're talking about like specific things that are applied by states, yes, that's applied. And emergency health services is applied to everyone in this country. So they're not getting free universal health care. They're getting emergency services like every other United States citizen and like everyone else who's in the country, even tourists.
So was I just watching a movie when I saw them storing them in high rises in New York?
So that would be state policy, 1. And 2, that's asylum seekers who are going through a legal process. Yo, Justin, thank you for the $30. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. And Alicia, thank you for the little crown. W for Justin in the comment section right now. And Jessica, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Based.
All right. That's cool. I mean, I'm still going to vote for Trump.
What you said is not based. Yeah, and I would definitely disagree with that, Jessica. But yeah. So yeah, is there anything else you want to talk about, Rod?
Let's see. So, yeah, I think I'm good.
Appreciate you coming up. Thank you so much. Richard, you got anything else?
All right, so I found one of the sites that's called aflegal.org. Can you check the liability of that site for me, please?
What's the title?
The title says America First Legal launches 7 investigations into Kamala Harris' record as California Attorney General.
Investigations into Kamala Harris. AF Legal, is that what you're referencing? Yeah, this is a right-wing source. America's First Legal. This is quite literally a far right-wing source.
All right.
Sir, bro. That's crazy. They just said that they launched an investigation. Okay, that's cool.
All right, and she also lacked the border control. She, as a prosecutor, she went against the border control.
How so?
Her record as a prosecutor says that.
What did she do specifically? Okay. Have a good day, man. All right, only set a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. We are just looking for some debates. Tap that screen. Let's get to 1 million likes, everyone. Yo, what's up, Haldy?
Hey, how you doing?
Are you voting Trump?
Do what?
Are you voting Trump?
Of course I am. It's the only selection. So can you tell me you're voting for Kamala, right?
Kamala Harris, yes.
Yeah, so what policy of hers do you like the most?
Yeah, specifically, I'll go with keeping the tax cuts specifically for people who make under $400,000 a year and increasing taxes on people who make over $400,000 a year to bring back the 2021 child tax credit that cut child poverty by 50% by increasing the child tax credit for kids that are under the age of 5 years old for each kid, increasing it from $2,000 to $3,600 a year.
Okay, yeah. So I don't really think that's her policy, but that's okay. You believe what you want.
That is her policy.
Okay,
that's her proposal.
Anyway, so you like her policy on doing away with fracking?
Confetti, thank you. So she isn't advocated for under her administration right now to go away with fracking. If you're referencing her running in 2020 specifically, you can also reference J.D. Vance, who said that Trump is America's Hitler.
Yeah, flip flop. Okay, so
wait. So J.D. Vance said Trump is America's Hitler.
So
is Trump America's Hitler?
You called him Hitler, not me.
No, I didn't. Trump's VP did. Trump's vice president called him America's Hitler.
And now he doesn't.
Oh, so same thing with Kamala Harris.
No, not the same thing. Nice try, though. So good job, Fluffy. So you
got cooked, Scorpion.
So how about the border czar?
What fucking authority did she have?
She had plenty of authority. She's the vice president.
What authority did she have over the border?
How many times did she go to the border?
multiple times. What authority
No,
did she have
she
over the
did
border?
not. That is a lie.
What
She
what
never
authority
went to
did
the
she have?
border.
She did. You want to bet?
Yeah,
Like,
I'll
I
bet.
can't say that on TikTok. I take that back. You can't do that on TikTok. Take that back. Nothing. That was in a video game. In a video game.
Oh, poor
Appreciate the cap.
Fluffy.
Thank you so much.
Poor
So-
Fluffy.
So you can't do that on TikTok. It's in a video game.
Yeah.
So you're
Keep
totally
playing your
wrong.
video games. Live in ultra reality and come back to reality when Trump's your president.
I am in reality. You're the one that believes in Donald Trump, who quite literally is engaged in election denial and climate denial.
I believe in climate denial.
Yeah, because you're fucking insane.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's coming from an insane person like you who's voting for Kamala Harris, who has no policies, who hates America.
I just
who
gave you multiple
claims she is
policies. I don't
black.
hate the United States. She is
Yes,
black.
you do. No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
No, so all of a sudden she's black when she was running.
Oh
she
God!
was Indian
Oh Lord! Oh
when she
fucking
ran
Lord!
for
Oh my
Senate.
God! You can be Indian and you can be black at the same time. Did you fucking know that, Scorpion?
Yeah, whatever.
Sen, thank you for the $80 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Sen. I appreciate the $80. Can we get some W's for Sen in the comment section right now? Thank you so much, Sen. W's in the comments. Now, how do you don't understand being biracial at all? Wendy, thank you for the galaxy. Thank you so much, Wendy.
Yeah. So yeah, she was Indian. If you look at her
You
birth
can be
certificate- have you
Indian
looked at her
and
birth
black at
certificate?
the same
Have
time.
you looked at her birth certificate?
Yes, you can check her birth certificate.
Yes, and her mother checked Caucasian, and her father is Jamaican.
Her father is Afro-Jamaican, and her mother is
Indian.
Indian.
Look at her birth certificate. Quit changing the fucking language.
Her father is Afro-Jamaican.
Jamaican, not Afro-Jamaican. It does not say that. on
Wait,
the birth
wait.
certificate.
Look. Wait, do you want me to show you a picture of her father?
I don't care what you show me a picture of. He looks white. And he
Okay,
also claimed to be Caucasian.
Really? So if I show you a picture of Kamala Harris's father right now, you're going to tell me he looks white?
Yeah, he does. That's not her father.
That is.
No, it's not.
That quite literally is.
That's been doctored.
How has that been doctored?
Oh, you never heard of doctoring a photo?
You said that's not her father, so show me a picture of her father.
I've seen a picture of her father. So anyways, so you're all about open borders.
Wait. You're so
doing away
insane.
with fossil
I like how
fuels.
this guy's so insane that he said, that's not her dad.
Yeah. So doing away with fossil fuels.
So this is her father. Yo, Abel, thank you so much for the $20 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Abel. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
So he's not black?
So yeah, she has no policies. She flip flops. She got to where she was by being on her knees and being on her back.
You have no evidence of that. Look,
Oh, I have
Donald
plenty of
J.
evidence.
Harris is the father of Kamala Harris. He is a Jamaican American economist. Okay, so
Yeah.
you just said that you just engaged in misogyny. You said the only fucking reason she's in the
No.
position that she is because of engaging in sexual acts. Not only do you have no evidence of that, but even
I have
why don't you
evidence.
fucking
Do
blame
your
the system?
research.
Why don't you blame the system? Why
Do
don't you
your research, dude.
Why don't you blame the system? Why don't you blame the men in power that take advantage of women in those particular scenarios? Why do you blame the women for doing things that are conducive towards being able to make a change in this world? Right? Acknowledge fucking reality. Right? You have no evidence of that, and it is the case that quite literally she's extremely accredited, right? And you just have no arguments against her. So you're going to sit there and you're going to stigmatize her. How about you stigmatize Donald Trump cheating on every single one of his wives, cheating on his wife right now while she was pregnant, right? And why don't you bring that up? Oh, because it's not politically advantageous. Katie, I appreciate the fireworks. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Donald Trump has a history of abusing, being violent towards women, right? Not caring about women. Matt, I appreciate the $3. Thank you so much. Does Kamala Harris have that history? Is anything that you're referencing right now violence?
To getting on her knees and on her back to get where she's at.
Give me a source.
She's a DEI. She's DEI.
Oh, that's called
where she is.
racism. You assuming that she's only in this position because of a DEI hire is racism. She's extraordinarily accredited. Why are you assuming because she's black and because she's a woman, right, that she's only in that position of power because of just people placing her there because she's black or because she's a woman? when historically speaking, men who are white have been put in the positions they are because they were white and because they were a man, not because of what they were accredited to do. Now, she's extremely accredited. She's an attorney. Donald Trump's not fucking accredited. Donald Trump inherited his businesses. Donald Trump inherited his money. Donald Trump is engaging in violence towards women. He doesn't have a fucking, he's not an attorney. He's not accredited. He's been a politician. Appreciate the love you think he's so much other than running for president that one time. What are you talking about? He has no experience in politics. He has no experience in international politics at all. He just got removed from community guidelines. He has no clue what he's doing. Let's get to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. We are just looking for some debates. Tap that screen. Let's get to 1.5 million likes. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Me? Oh, I'm 64.
Are you voting for Trump?
Yes.
Why so?
Because I want the economy back where it was. And through policy that happens. I want the border closed and then fixed. Because right now we've got thousands upon thousands coming across the border. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, so do you think there's a border crisis right now?
Well, do you?
I'm asking you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so not only, so if there's a border crisis right now, well, then there was a border crisis at the end of Trump's administration, because it is the case that there is the same amount of border crossings right now as there was at the end of Trump's administration. So why didn't Trump get rid of the border crisis? Jonathan, thank you for the $5.
Trump did get, if you look, okay, you're looking at the end of his, what, in 2020?
Yeah, and if at the end of his administration there was a crisis, he didn't get rid of it.
4 years that he was president, the border crossings were very low. You can compare that to Joe Biden.
Why is there an almost 2 times increase in border apprehensions under his administration?
I'm sorry, what?
Why is there an almost 2 times increase in border apprehensions under his administration?
Under whose administration?
Chloe, I appreciate the $10. Thank you so much. Under Trump's.
Apprehensions, because they sent them back. It was catch and release. They went back to Mexico.
No, that would be remain in Mexico. Remain in Mexico, what you're referencing, that's specifically the asylum process.
Right. Well, I'm saying they remained in Mexico. They didn't come here, and we were not even tracking most of the individuals that have came over here. And I know you've seen the crime in New York. Just today, there was an older woman in her 50s that was murdered by an illegal alien.
I don't know why you're referring to people as. I don't know why you're referring to people
illegally. So
I don't know why you're referring to people as illegal aliens. That's insane. Not only is that insane, but undocumented immigrants are less likely to commit crime than natural-born U.S. citizens. 2 to 3 times less likely to commit violent crime than natural-born U.S. citizens.
What, they're 8% of the population.
Also, by the way, I just want to let you know that violent crime is down in New York.
The violent crime is
according to the police department. Violent crime is down in New York the past 2 years.
It's up for immigrants. If you look at,
can you give me a source?
Whites, blacks, immigrants. If you look at that,
black people. By the way, don't. By the way, black people. Secondly, can you give me any source? Because this does not say that.
I'm not sourcing anything.
Me, thank you for the $20. Thank you so much, me.
Now you do this every night, so I'm sure you've got your sources right there on your computer. I've got sources because I research everything.
If you researched it, you'd be able to tell me right now.
I'm sorry, what?
If you researched it, you'd be able to tell me right now.
I'd be able to tell you what?
Tell me the source.
Well, I don't market. I'm not into it like you are. You're on this every night, and you go to probably liberal. I heard you say something to that other gentleman that was on that said that's a right-wing leaning article. Well, I'm sure you look at articles that are left-leaning articles. Anyway, I'm voting.
No, what he was referencing literally was like a white nationalist source.
Okay. So the reason I'm not voting for
a far right source
Harris is because the voter will. The
Sherry, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much.
The second term of Biden.
No. Can you tell me any Biden policy that opened the border?
I'm sorry, what?
Can you tell me any Biden policy that opened the border?
Yeah, sure. First day, he got rid of all of Trump's border policies. That's what opened the border.
Which border policy opened the border?
They were coming here in droves. The southern
Getting rid of which policy opened the border?
I don't know the name of the policies, but he got rid of the catch and release. He got rid of all of that Trump had in place.
Dominique, think of the dollar. So none of those things existed under Obama's. None of those things existed under Obama's administration.
A patrol border? No, she
Yes,
has
I
not.
have.
She has not. She's never been to the
Yes,
border.
she has. She has.
No, she's never been to
Yes,
the
she has.
border where
I can send you a source right now of her
immigrants
being at
are
the border.
coming across the border.
I
She
can
went
show you a source of her
miles
being at the
away
border.
from the border.
No,
And
she was
never
at the
spoke
border.
to a border patrol officer.
Yes, she
You
has.
can look that up. That's been on the
Yes,
border
she
patrol
has.
officers have been
You're lying.
Interviewed. They've been interviewed and said, we've never spoke to her. We've never seen her.
Yeah, that doesn't mean she's never talked to a border patrol agent. Now, can you give me a single source that indicates that? Because I can show you
I'm not
multiple
gonna source
sources that indicate her
anything because
talking
you're
to
on here
people.
every night and you source everything because it's right
Yeah,
there
we
at your
do.
fingertips. But people that call in just don't have sources at their fingertips.
Yeah,
We've
I'm
done our
sorry. I'm
research.
sorry you don't have a source. I'm sorry you don't have
We
facts and you
know
only got
what
feelings.
We've read, and we don't write it down so we can call into you and tell you what
You
the
should.
source is.
You should.
So we've researched.
Yeah,
We've
research would include remembering some of these facts.
No, not really. No.
No?
No. And the other thing is, what policy? She has no policies that she's even promoted.
Yes,
at
she
her
has. I can tell
rallies.
you.
It's all rhetoric.
I've already told you multiple. Do you want me to keep telling?
No,
You want me to tell you again?
no. Has she said that? Has she said those are her
Yes.
policies? Plus, she's flip-flopped. First, it was she wanted Medicare for all.
Donna, think of the
Now
dollar.
she doesn't.
This
Then
is
she
in
wanted-
2020. This is in 2020. You understand? JD Vance around that time period said that Trump is America's Hitler.
Okay, that's not a policy, though, is it? Is that
Okay,
a policy?
no. Well, you're
These are
saying
policies
their
that
prior
Americans
positions
care
are the
about.
same. You're saying
These
their
are
prior
policies
positions.
that Kamala
You're
Harris
you're
has
saying their prior
flip-flopped
positions.
that
Listen,
Americans
listen,
care about.
Daisy,
Americans
Daisy.
don't care what JD Vance said about Trump.
Samantha, thank you for the $15. Thank you so much on Venmo. Thank you so much, Samantha. So you're saying that their prior policies, their prior positions are the same as they are now. That's clearly not true. I just showed you how that's not true because you don't think JD Vance thinks that right now. Brooke, thank you for the $26 on.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not a policy. We're talking about what she will do in office. Those are called policies.
What's wrong with
she's
Medicare
flip-flopped
for
on
all?
everything because they've advised her to go to the center so she could get more votes because she's so extreme.
You know that happens all the time with people who
Oh,
like
Lord.
literally run
You know
for
what-
office.
you know what
Now,
amazes
can I explain?
me?
No, hold up. Listen.
You know what
listen,
amazes
listen.
me? That
Listen,
liberals
can you,
just cannot-
Dude, like,
they
shut
have no-
the fuck up. Be quiet. Literally, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what's coming out of my mouth.
Independent thinking.
Yeah, I'll literally mute you until you listen, okay? Be quiet and listen for a second, okay? And plenty of people have differences in policies. Trump was before for a national abortion ban. Now he's only for it being left up to the states. Isn't that to be like more like consumable to moderates? You understand that that same thing is applicable to both sides of the political spectrum.
I understand that, but it's
Paige,
all
thank you for the
of her
$5.
policies. It's everything that she did and
Not
stood
true.
for several years ago when
Not
she
true
was
at all.
when she was an attorney.
Name three things. Name three things.
Okay, let me tell you a couple things. Do you know the Minnesota fund that she got to let all of the Summer of Love, the Antifa, the BLM
No,
rioters,
to help with
as soon as they
protesters.
were arrested,
Martina, thank you
after
for the $2. To
burning
help with
police,
protesters.
Why do you talk over me? Burning
Because you're
police
lying.
cars are okay. Did you see anybody burning police cars in 2020?
Oh,
Spitting in
there
cops'
probably
faces? They
were people.
arrested. How were they let out? Look it up. You're all about facts. It's called the Minnesota.
Donald Trump wants to pardon the people that literally assaulted
He's
police
behind
officers
it.
on January 6th. He wants to pardon the people who assaulted police officers on January 6th. One of the police officers lost an eye. The other ones were assaulted, beaten, and brutalized. Okay? So he wants to pardon those people. If you want to reference what Kamala Harris is referencing, Kamala specifically supported the people that were innocent, that specifically were just put in prison for literally protesting, just protesting. She's not in support of the violence, right? She has come out and condemned that. She's condemned the political violence targeted against Donald Trump even. So to say that she's specifically responsible for the political violence, I think is ridiculous.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Have you heard of the Minnesota Freedom Fund?
Yes, that's what I was referencing.
Okay. Who started that?
Appreciate you're amazing. Thank you so much. I don't remember the name of the person who started it.
Okay. She was, Kamala Harris was. Kamala was the backbone of that. And
No, she wasn't.
what is that for? What is the Minnesota Freedom Fund for then? If it didn't,
Yeah, so it was for
bail
people.
out.
It was for it was for bailing out people that were arrested who were protesting. Okay.
Exactly.
So there were so again, like she was advocating specifically
why were
for
they
the people.
arrested?
She was advocating for the people who were because they were protesting.
No. Why were they arrested? They had to do something. Why were they arrested? Because
Wait,
they
you
caught a
understand that
police
some people
car on fire?
No. Not only
no.
people aren't just arrested for burning things, right? Some people are arrested quite literally just for being in a particular area that they tell people to leave, but then they sit there because they're protesting.
Did you even watch anything in 2020?
Yes.
The cities were burned down.
They were not burned down. The cities
Yeah.
were not burned down. There
The
were businesses
precincts
that were
were
burned.
on
Wait. There
What
were
are you talking about?
There were businesses that were burned down. I'm not going to dispute
Businesses,
that.
small businesses, mom and pop businesses that went out of business.
I totally acknowledge.
Because of them.
I totally acknowledge, right? Like that there were businesses that were burned down, but to say the cities were burnt down is not true. Okay, that's a complete and total lie.
Okay, do you know what the limit is for a misdemeanor if you steal?
I think it's like $1,000 or something.
$950. You know who brought that up? Who's behind that? Miss Harris. Miss Harris.
Where?
Where? You look it up.
What authority did she have to do that? Like
Well, when
federally?
she was district attorney or the judge, one of the two.
District attorney or judge? Well, you don't even know what you're referencing. Can you give me a source? Marissa, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much.
I have no sources. I've read it.
You have no
I would have to
sources, so
look
that's
it up
called
again,
a trust me,
and
bro.
I can't do that when I'm on the phone.
That's called a trust me, bro, and you should probably have like better reason to believe things. You can go swipe
I
out
am
the
not
app.
going to come on here and write down everything that I'm saying and give a source for that.
Well, you should
All
have
you have
facts
to
instead
do
of just
is
feelings.
research it, look it up on an unbiased website, and you will find it.
And clearly, you haven't done
He
any
is
of that
behind
research.
it. He moved it from, she upped the amount. That's why you had so many thefts and still do. In the Walgreens,
She didn't even
at
have
the
authority.
CVS,
She didn't have
in the
authority to do that as
Ultas.
vice president. She did not have authority to do that.
Have you
as,
seen
as
that?
senator?
She did. Have you seen that?
No.
And that is a leftist viewpoint right there. They want that. Trump's going to change that. But
That is
have
not a
you
leftist
seen
viewpoint.
Any of the videos of people going into Ulta, going into Walgreens, going to CVS, going into Macy's, going into stores, taking merchandise out and running? Have you seen those videos? They know they can get away with it. If they get arrested, they will be.
I would just like any source. I just want any source because
wait.
$950. Well, I have a question. So you care about crimes, right?
Or below.
You care about crimes, right?
Who doesn't?
You think the crime should be enforced? Okay, so Donald Trump should be enforced for his felonies, fired by I thank you for the $10, and his sexual abuse and his fraud. Right, all of that should be, and you should vote for him.
There was
right?
no fraud.
There was he engaged
There
in
wasn't.
fraud.
All of his cases are being dropped.
No,
and
they're
he's
not.
got immunity.
False.
And yeah, they're going
Complete
to
lies.
appeal it. But
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure
not
it
being
will
appealed.
not win in the appellate court.
Yeah, so if it's not going to win, then that means he's going to lose.
No, I said they will not take it any further. It'll probably be thrown out in the appellate court.
No, that's not likely. Can you give me any source to indicate that's likely? You're just whipping that right out of your ass.
Why do you ask all of your guests for sources when you know that's how you think you've got a one up, because you know they're not going to call in and have a notebook of sources.
No, what I know is that you have no facts
You
to support your
don't
position.
want to listen to the other side.
Ma'am, I do a lie.
We know that you're going to vote for Kamala, so we have another 4 years of Biden.
Kamala,
with
and you're not listening.
crime-
You're not listening. You're not listening.
Crime through the roof.
No, violent crime has gone
Interest
down in the
rates
past
through
2
the
years.
roof. The economy horrible.
Interest rates relate to the Federal Reserve. You have no fucking
Lord.
clue what you're talking about. You're just lying. You actually have no fucking clue. You're totally
Policy
misinformed.
matters.
You are completely misinformed.
In the economy,
listen to what I'm
policy
saying.
matters.
Ma'am,
Are you kidding?
listen to what I'm saying. If you actually listen to what I'm saying, you'd know what you're talking
under
about.
Trump making more money and the interest rates were low.
Holy
and
fuck,
the
interest
unemployment
rates
was low.
Unemployment rate and interest rates both relate to the Federal Reserve. That has nothing to do with the President of the United States.
It's got everything to do.
Daisy, listen. I have a degree in economics. I studied this, okay? It is the Federal Reserve that influences the increase in interest rates. It is not the President of the United States. To say that Joe Biden or Kamala Harris are responsible for this is fucking stupid. It's really dumb.
They're responsible for the economy, yes, absolutely.
No, they're not responsible for interest rates.
A lot of things go into the economy, but their policies... we were energy independent. That's why gas was down.
No, we are more energy independent now. There's lies.
Gas
literally
affects
lies.
The economy, correct? Through transportation of goods.
Lord, oh God.
Oh my Lord, you must not have studied.
I did. I literally studied this in college.
You don't know that
Daisy, I have an economics degree. I know oil and gas affects it. We are more energy independent now. We produce more oil in the United States now. We have the largest investment in renewable energy ever now under Biden-Harris, okay? Largest investment in energy ever. Most production of oil ever of any country.
Then why is our economy?
Because we are getting less oil from countries around the world like Russia, from countries around the world like Saudi Arabia, because Donald Trump signed a deal with Saudi Arabia so that they would cut their oil production in 2020, and that was extended past 2022.
So why were we energy independent under Trump and we are not now?
We are more.
Does it have anything to do
Ma'am,
with the,
listen to what I'm saying.
pipeline?
Laura, thank you for the hand heart. Listen to what I'm saying. We are more energy independent right now than any point under Donald Trump's presidency.
Well, then why is Trump going to drill as soon as he comes into office?
We are drilling more now. We are drilling more now than any point under Trump's administration.
I don't believe that.
We are. I can show you. It's from the Energy Information Administration. Do you want me to show you?
I think I've heard that on CNN or MSNBC.
It's on the Energy Information Administration. So I have legitimate sources for what I'm saying.
Well, then why is gas so high?
Because I just told you this. Because it is the case that we are getting less oil from Russia. We're getting less oil from Saudi Arabia because Trump brokered a deal with Saudi Arabia to cut oil production in 2020. And that was extended past.
You know, we weren't buying oil from Russia.
Yes, we were at higher rates. We actually aren't buying oil from Russia.
Trump's.
Hey, Daisy,
now we are.
That's a lie.
It is.
You just fucking lied.
It's not a lie.
Melissa, thank you for the money
gun.
gun. Listen, let me explain why you just lied. Okay, I want you to listen. Melissa, thank you so much for the money gun. Under Donald Trump's presidency, we were importing oil from Russia. Under Biden's administration, we completely stopped that because of the Russia-Ukraine situation. Okay, so we're not getting oil from Russia anymore. But we were under Donald Trump's administration. So you saying
we need to go back to that because his gas was cheaper.
Okay, so now you're advocating that we need to be less energy independent, and we
were more energy independent.
Ma'am, listen to what I'm saying. Thank you for the ICU. Thank you so much. Now you're arguing. Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. That we need to be less energy independent, and that we need to be more dependent on foreign countries for our energy. Appreciate that handout. Thank you for the flowers.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. This is the whole argument you just brought up.
At the end of the day, that all Americans probably want the same thing. We don't want open borders. We don't want men and women's sports.
You're fucking delusional.
The right side seems to care a lot more
Daisy,
about that.
Daisy, the fact that you make trans women being in women's sports the biggest fucking issue in the country is actually fucking bonkers.
Oh,
right? There are people in this country.
Did I say it was?
There are people in this country that can't afford their bills. They're living paycheck to paycheck, right? Most of this country is living paycheck to paycheck. There are people in this country that can't afford their healthcare bills. Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. There are people in this country that can't afford education. People in this country that can't afford childcare. There are people in this country that don't have basic housing. There are people in this country that don't have basic services. And you're fucking angry about trans women playing in women's sports when after multiple years of HRT, there are basically no biological differences that are relevant that give them such an advantage. And there are basically no trans women dominating women's sports. Name me one trans woman dominating women's sports right now.
Okay, did you watch the boxing match? Why is most of the world...
She's not trans. She's literally not fucking trans.
No, but her chromosomes...
Holy shit, she's intersex. Thank you for the handout. Thank you so much. She is biologically speaking female.
Her chromosomes are XY.
She's not even trans.
So that's a male.
No, she's not. She's not. No, she is intersex. Okay? She is intersex. XY chromosomes does not mean that you are a male. You understand that she has large gametes, which indicates that she's female. She also has a vagina. She has a uterus. Right? So now you're saying males can get pregnant? Is that your view? Daisy, are you saying males, under your view as an anti-trans individual, are that males can get pregnant?
Okay, are you okay now? You're gonna calm down? Calm
Appreciate the
down.
cap. Thank you so much. Do you
Calm
think
it
males
down
can get
a little
pregnant,
bit.
Daisy?
Calm
Thank you
down.
for the handout. Thank you. I'm completely
So-
calm. Now answer my question.
Number one, I did not say it was the biggest issue, but it is an issue. It is an issue. I don't want my
It's not.
kids or grandchildren to work all of their life and go compete in any particular sport and be a female and have
Oh,
to
Lord.
compete against a male.
Name
the
one trans
swimmer-
woman
like
in-
the swimmer in the Olympics, which now he's barred. Like
Meryl, thank you for the $100. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Meryl. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Can we get some W's from Meryl in the comment section right now? Thank you so much, Meryl, for the $100 on Venmo. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Now, Daisy, I'm going to ask you a question. Okay?
No, I'm going to step down because you keep muting me when you don't want to hear.
Okay, I got you. Later. Yeah, I'm going to mute you when you're being transphobic. I'm going to mute you when you're lying. Yeah, absolutely. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yep, I mute bigots. No, nothing wrong with that. I love muting bigots. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey,
Hey,
man.
Shauna, thank you so much for the blooming. Thank you so much. How old are you?
Hey, this is Truth. I'm 24.
Are you voting Trump?
Nah, I'm actually
Based. Harris does not equal higher taxes. Same tax cuts for people under 400,000. Only higher taxes for people who make over $400,000 a year to bring back the child tax credit, which decreases taxes even more on the middle class. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Thank you, Fern. I appreciate that you're amazing. Thank you. How old are you? Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. Tap that screen. Let's get to 2 million likes, everyone. Share the live as well, y'all. If you want to support me, Venmo, Cash App in the bio, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? All right, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. We are just looking for some debates, y'all. Again, everyone, please only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. This next individual up here. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey Parker, how you doing? I'm 36 years old.
So are you voting for Trump? Drewby, thank you so much. I appreciate the confetti. Why so?
Yeah, I'll be voting for Trump. I just think that the crime rates were lower under Trump. I also think that the economy was better under Trump, and I do have sources for that.
Wait, by the way, are you saying for violent crime?
Yes.
What particular source are you referencing for that?
So I have The Hill. Give me, because I have to switch to Google. I have the pages pulled up. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah, so if you look at 2018, it was higher than 2022 for violent crime. This is due to Statista. The only year it was lower was in 2019. But in 2020 it was higher. In 2021 it was lower. In 2022 it was even lower than what it was in 2021 and 2020. Caddy, you said I have anger management issues?
All right, can you hear me, Parker?
Yeah. Hold. Oh, Caddy left after saying I had anger management issues. But yeah, what were you saying? Because I just looked at Statista, and we have lower rates of crime since in 2020 when Trump was in office.
The page that I'm looking at is on it's a website called WRAL, and it's a fact check website. No, that's not what I'm looking at.
No, this is Statista though. Jesseline, thank you so much for the $30 on Cash App. Thank you so much for Harris. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So in 2022, it has you at 369.8. In 2020, it has us at 385.2. So there's
but yeah, so check this out. I get that, but the things that aren't on there are, God, how do I phrase this without not saying certain things? Grape, I think isn't on there, and neither are
I'm just referencing violent crime.
Yeah. So I mean, to me, that would be violent, would it not?
Well, I'm talking overall violent crime.
Yeah. So like shootings also be violent crime, right?
Yeah, but I'm talking overall violent crime has gone down. You're cherry picking data.
So the page I'm looking at, it's overall violent crime. It's a fact check against what Biden and Harris were saying. And
I'm
it
sorry,
says
but
that,
Statista is a reputable source, right? So
okay,
obviously
so it's
I'm going to take
WRAL.
I don't know what the hell that is. Caddy, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So I'm not going to curse at you. I would hope that you respect that too. But
I'm sorry, that's just how I speak.
Well, I mean, how I speak would get me banned off here. So I'm trying to show you respect and the platform respect.
Okay, well, I'm not going to get banned for swearing, but sure.
Okay. Well, okay, so we can do that, I guess. But so yeah, WRAL is the website I was looking at for that. So we have conflicting opinion there. And then also, you wanted a policy.
Statista is very, very reputable. Angelo, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. Thank you so much.
Okay, and then you also wanted a policy that Trump had that gave back more money to the economy. That would have been the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act.
I asked you for a policy. All right, I asked other people for a policy that benefit the middle class more than benefit rich people. But if you want to reference the
and
tax
that would
cut,
be it.
So if you want to reference the Tax Cut and Jobs Act, it added $1.9 trillion to the debt. It specifically, most of the taxes went to the top 1% and to rich people, and it only increased the GDP by 0.02% a year, according to Harvard and two Harvard economists, a liberal and a conservative economist from Harvard, and also specifically, the Harris administration wants to keep all the tax cuts that were applicable to people under $400,000 a year, and actually get rid of the tax cuts for people who make over $400,000 a year, and actually increase it on them, so they can bring back the 2021 child tax credit that would increase the child tax credit for all kids for parents that have kids that are 5 years or younger, for each kid under 5 years, from $2,000 to $3,600.
Right. No, I've heard you say all
Yolanda,
this before.
thank you so much for the $50 on Cash App. Thank you so much, Yolanda. Thank you so much. Can we get some W's for Yolanda in the chat right now? Thank you so much for the $50 on Cash App. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. W right now. W's in the chat for Yolanda. Thank you.
Yeah, so I've heard you say all those things before because I watch your lives pretty frequently. But I also know that you reference The Hill quite a bit, and the article that I'm looking at in The Hill states that basically that a lot of the things that the Democrats were saying about the deficit and the $1.9 trillion deficit and everything going in there, that all of that was grossly exaggerated. And this is on The Hill. And I know you reference them a lot.
I don't, but like I don't see what part you're specifically referencing. They said, can you clarify what their claim was again? Say it one more time.
Yeah.
Home Quiddy, I appreciate the $20 on Cash App. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. They just swiped out of the app. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20. Thank you. Someone said, don't believe anything Parker says.
No. I was just trying to go back to the article. It sucks that I had to go back and forth in between it. So it's on. Do you want me to give you the actual name of the article so you can look it up? Because I'd have to keep going back and forth.
I'll look at it. Yeah.
Yeah. So give me 1 sec so I write down the name of it, but it's on The Hill. Give me one sec.
For sure. All right, but everyone, do tap that screen. Do share the live. If you say anything insane in the comments section, I'll probably add you up. Actually, I probably shouldn't incentivize that. Yeah. The Hill shows drop in violent crime. Yep, that's unfortunate. That's truly unfortunate. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
No, I don't want to go there.
But it's on The Hill. So real. Am I right? All right. Let's get this next individual up here. All right, let's give it a second, y'all. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Oh, it didn't accept this person. Let me try to get on to the next person. Yo, Cynthia, thank you for the $20. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. How do I stay sane? I don't know. I get lucky. I'm lucky with all the support I have from people. He just left. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, what's up?
You're voting Trump?
Possibly. I'm leaning towards Trump.
Would you vote for someone who's more likely to not sexually assaulted a woman?
I think the chance of World War III is more important.
What?
I think we're closer to World War III than we've ever been in our lifetimes.
That's clearly not true. Did you know that there was a time in
What are you talking about? Like Russia, Ukraine? We're closer to nuclear
Michael,
war than
I'm
ever.
explaining right now. So did you know that there was a time in American history where there was one person who either would make a decision to click nuclear bomb set off or not from the USSR? They were one person away who just decided not to do it.
Right.
Okay?
Sorry,
the
I said
Cuban
in our
Missile
lifetime.
Crisis.
Our lifetime.
Oh, okay. So there are people in the chat who were alive when that happened.
Okay, me and you are in our 20s, so.
Okay, that's not relevant. Now, if you want to reference in our lifetime, I don't even think you'd have evidence of that. There's just as much conflict under Trump's administration.
Do you think we should be okay? So my main concern is if we keep escalating with Ukraine, eventually it could become World War III. Do you think that's true?
I don't think that we're going to continue escalating in that type of way in terms of direct war. There were proxy wars in the past that have not led to like World War III, like specifically the proxy war that was in Syria against Russia. But yo, thank you so much, Terry, for the $50 on Venmo. Thank you so much for Get Some Sleep, man. The bags under my eyes, they're genetic. But thank you so much, Terry. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Go for it, Michael.
I have a quick question for you. Do you think Kamala will pick Josh Shapiro to be her VP? And what are your thoughts on
I think
that?
so. I think Kamala. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Do you think 50% of Democrats
I think Kamala Harris will pick Shapiro. Now he wouldn't be my choice, but I do think that's probably what's going to happen. But I credit Matt for that choice. Like I would want her to pick either Pete Buttigieg or like Walz, someone like that.
Do you think her picking Josh will alienate 50% of Democrats who think that the war in Gaza is a genocide?
I don't know if 50% of Democrats believe that, but I do think it will alienate them more. Yeah.
I think it might be more than 50%. 50% believe what's going on in Gaza is genocide among Democrats.
I don't know what the source is for that.
I could look it up. You could look it up
Go
too.
for it. Yeah, I honestly I hope that it's like Walz or what's it called or Buttigieg. I think Buttigieg would look great on the debates against JD Vance.
I would actually agree with you on Pete Buttigieg. He's more of an establishment candidate than I am, but I think he's a very good communicator. I think
he's one of the best communicators I've ever seen.
Conservatives would fall for like the homophobic attacks, probably call him a faggot on the debate stage.
Holy shit. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Saying that is crazy. All right, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024, y'all. Yo, what's up, Haldy?
Hello?
Are you voting for Trump?
No.
Based. Yo, good job. Let's go. Let's go. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump, y'all. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
28.
You voting Trump?
Yes, sir.
Why so?
I mean, the man got shot.
Oh, Lord. Everyone tap the screen. Let's get to 1.5 million likes.
You can't say that wasn't badass as fuck, though. I mean, he survived that.
It wasn't.
You don't
It
think
wasn't.
so?
No.
You wanted to die?
No, he just got lucky. It's not badass that he got lucky.
Why is it? I mean, yeah, you got
Apple
lucky.
2 Gamer,
I mean,
thank you so much for the galaxy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. How is it badass? Was it badass for him to like literally say he has bone spurs so that he didn't have to go to war?
Whoa.
Appreciate the marvelous confetti. Thank you.
I mean,
was
that's
it
not-
badass for him to dodge the draft?
I don't know if he did or not, man.
He did. He dodged the draft.
I don't know, man. Man, I do have a question though. Like, why is Kamala Harris out here at the, these speeches and gets together all these people and starts talking in this black voice and everything when she's Asian and Indian? I don't make any sense to me.
She's black and she's Indian. You know, people
But she wasn't
who are from
raised that
India
way,
are
man.
Asian.
Where was she raised at? Like, where,
Miranda, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. and I don't know what
She's
you mean
acting like
by
she has a
I don't know what you
Southern
mean
accent.
by.
She's acting like she
So in
has
terms
like
of a southern accent, you understand that like when you're like around people, by the way, right, you're going to pick up on a particular accent. And secondly, I don't know why people are associating that. I don't know what a black voice is. Right? If you're
Why
saying
she
a
bringing
southern
some girl to
accent, a
shake
southern
your ass on
accent
stage?
isn't
What's that
a
have to do
quote
with
unquote.
anything?
By the way, a southern accent isn't a quote unquote black voice.
I mean, I'm just from the South, and
Think of the IC. Thank you so much.
I know. I mean, we all have kind of say. I'm just saying she was kind of impersonating, man. And then when she did that little live chat video call or whatever it was.
What do you mean impersonating?
She
is black.
fake,
Are you saying that she's not black?
She just seems very. No, she's going for the straight. Like I'm. 100%.
Do you think she's black?
I don't think she's ever like. Why she have a white husband for?
You know, there are lots of black women with white husbands, right?
I know, but man,
how is having a white husband make her not black? What the fuck?
She just doesn't seem like she. I feel like she's fake, bro. I feel like she's.
What do you
fake.
mean she's fake?
She's just fake, man. Her laugh is fake. Everything.
Wait.
about her is fake.
So do you believe that she's black?
I mean, if you say she's black, she's black. But I don't believe she's.
Okay, her father is Afro-Jamaican, right? Her
What
mother
color
is
is it, man? Can
Indian.
you show me a
She went
picture
to a
of-
historically
can you show me a
black
picture of-
college and university, Howard University.
She didn't graduate her board on the lawyer board, by the way. That's crazy.
What'd she say?
Man, come on, dude. You know what I'm talking about.
No, I didn't hear you.
Well, oh man, we got some haters up in here. Good lord,
Can you tell me what you said?
What's going on here?
Jesus Christ, Chad.
Man, like
you know, she was specifically in a sorority, like a well-known black sorority. And I think of the confetti. Thank you so much.
How do you have all these facts? Do you like research the shit out of her?
Because
Do you have all
she talked about this on the Breakfast Club.
Oh,
She's
you
talked
don't
about this
talk
in
about
like
that.
2020.
Okay, fair enough, man. I heard she pulled her pants down. You ever watched the thing to get where she's at today? Like she fucked to get where she's at. Like she has no.
So there's an AP News fact check I can give you that shows you that that's not true. You have no good evidence of that. That's
Why do you
straight
have all these
blatant. That's
people
just straight blatant misogyny to dispute her being able to run for her position. They did the same thing with other
And you got other
candidates
people coming
all
out
the
saying
time. They
that.
do this with women all the time. They also try to say she's a DEI hire. All of this is just racism and misogyny that people specifically are engaging in vile shit to say that she shouldn't be president because they have no good arguments. Right? Why don't you look at Donald Trump literally cheating on every single one of his wives? The last one specifically with a corn star while she was pregnant. Why don't you look at Donald Trump saying it's okay for him to? Why don't you look at Donald Trump, who's orange, say that he specifically likes to walk into changing rooms of naked teenage girls because he quote unquote owns the place, saying he has sex in common with his daughter, saying he grabs women by the vagina, he doesn't have to ask, saying yeah to Howard Stern, calling his daughter a piece of ass, saying his daughter's voluptuous, saying he would date his own daughter if it wasn't his daughter. What the fuck? He's held legally responsible for sexual abuse. Who's orange? Donald Trump. Donald Trump is orange. He's so orange. He's the orangest candidate in American history. The orangest. The annoying orange. He got banned, everyone, by the way. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? In the arms of an angel. Okay, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. We are just looking for some debates, y'all. Let's get this next person up. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App in the bio. That's the best place to support me. I do appreciate everyone who's doing so. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Okay, let's get this next individual up here. The annoying orange. You know, Diaper Dawn's so very annoying. The most annoying you've seen. Crunchy Cheeto. Can you say hi, Parker? Yes. What's up? What's up, Eska? How you doing? What's good? What's good? Cheeto. All right. Yo, what's up? How old are you? All right, let's get the next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump in 2024. All right, tap that screen, everyone. Let's run it to 2 million likes, y'all. Run it to 2 million likes. It seems like they've got literally no argument. Literally no argument, chat. All right, let's get this next individual. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Are you okay? Caleb, you okay?
Yes, I'm great.
Catherine, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. Nice. All right, let's go to the next individual. Y'all only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump. Oh, we got an interesting one. Come on. What are you voting for Trump?
Oh, absolutely.
Why so?
Because of his policies, because having served in the military under Obama and having had my paycheck stopped twice because they want to hold our Congress hostage for, political gain. If, therefore...
How do you feel about Donald Trump saying veterans are suckers and losers?
He never said veterans are suckers and
That's
losers.
what General Milley and
That is
General
what
Kelly
Joe
said.
Biden said.
Do you think General Milley and
that
General
was
Kelly
what
are
Joe
lying?
Biden said.
Do you think what General Milley and General
Give
Kelly said?
me a minute, because I am a mother. I have children, and I do not want them influenced by anything, because I open my political deals towards my children. Like when they ask questions about who the current administration is and what they do for the country. Absolutely. I give them that freedom when they ask questions. I sit there and I research with them. And obviously, that's not what parents are doing today. Because if more parents chose to speak to their children and educate them on, America's history and what all they should be fighting for. Look at what's going on right now. Take a minute. Have you ever been deployed? Just, please, have you ever been deployed?
No. Trump.
Never spend a moment in a third world country to see what happens.
Hey, Keller, how do you feel? So again, were you saying that General Milley and General Kelly were lying when they said that Donald Trump said that veterans are suckers and losers?
That was something that was said about him. Where
No. General
when he said it?
General Milley and General Kelly said that Donald Trump referred to veterans as suckers and losers.
No, I highly doubt that.
Are they lying?
Living in
Are
Pennsylvania.
those two generals
absolutely,
lying?
I believe it.
Are those two generals who were appointed by Trump lying?
Absolutely. Yes.
They were lying?
Because anytime I've heard this man speak
The veteran is lying.
about
Catherine,
the
thank you for the
veteran
$2. Thank
community,
you.
oh, you're intimidated? You're intimidated by a female? Is that what it is?
Me?
Is that what it is? Like, okay, let's take a moment, because
what?
This man, okay. Let me ask you, do you work for a living, or is this platform and social media your only means to...
Yes, I have a job and I work for a living. This is it.
Oh, okay. So then you're not being paid by the DNC to promote the current administration.
No, I'm not paid by the DNC to promote the current administration.
Okay. Well, we'll go with that. But
wait, do you think
okay.
I'm paid by the DNC?
I believe that they have targeted certain individuals.
And do you think that's me?
Who have an influence. I mean, I don't know what your current following is. You seem to keep popping up on my FYP. You and this Harry Sisson kid, who I don't know either one of y'all.
So
But
wait,
I
do you
see,
think I'm
I
paid by the
see
DNC?
that, okay. Let me just ask you this. If
Nikki, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much.
Hold on. Before you interrupt me, if you had seen anybody on the street burning an American flag, what would you do? Tell me, just what would you do?
Walk right past it.
Really? Why is that?
I don't really give a fuck.
Why is that? I mean, you do live in the United States, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I was in 10th grade when I saw.
Dude, I'm sorry. Do you really care about that much?
Son. Hold on, son. Before you
I'd
start,
be like, oh, they're burning an American flag. Lol.
Sweetheart. Before you start laughing, I was in 10th grade when me and all my fellow classmates watched what happened on September 9/11 happen. You know, and yeah, it was one of those situations that several veterans signed up for. You know, and me not knowing, I didn't understand the whole situation. As a sophomore in high school, I was going into my second period class, was a little cheerleader in high school. Going into class, seeing that there was an attack on our land. Do you leave your doors unlocked at night?
I don't leave my doors unlocked any night.
What's the connection?
Why is that? Why is that?
Just because I'm used to doing it?
There's some crazy ass Americans out here.
No. No, it's not crazy ass Americans.
Denise, thank you for the $10 from the DNC. Thank you so much, Denise.
I lock my doors because all the people around me who have either broken in homes or in vehicles have been young Americans.
And then
American citizens.
Yeah, they have been American citizens. They have not been like anybody else.
You know, men are violent, so I don't want to like unlock my doors when there's like violent men out there.
It's not a matter of men or women being violent. Okay, you said you lock
Francis,
your doors.
thank you for the confetti.
You thought you lock your doors because, you know.
Son, thank you so much for the $10 from the DNC. Thank you so much, son.
You lock your doors, you know, for your safety, correct?
Okay, sure, yeah.
Okay, so what happens when you have open borders? This administration has been in
Thank you for the
charge.
manifesting lady. Thank you. They're not advocating for open borders. Can you tell me what policy
They have
influenced to
been
get passed?
advocating.
Can you tell me what policy they influenced to get passed that opened the borders?
I can pull up the clip. You know, I'm not too familiar with how TikTok works. This is the first time I've ever been asked to participate in something like this. But
you waited in the guest box, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, wait, no, I added you up because you said that. I appreciate this one. Thank you so much. What'd you comment?
I had commented on your live.
Yeah, do you want me to read your comment?
I was curious as to.
So your comment was, if you are so for this admin, why haven't you enlisted in the armed forces?
I'm not for this admin. Believe me, I am not for this admin.
That mustache. Thank you so much.
I joined the United States Army under the Bush administration, and then while I was deployed.
And you said, "Are you fucking kidding me? He got lucky." Yes, Donald Trump got lucky. That's why he didn't die.
It's not luck. It
absolutely was luck. He turned his head at the exactly perfect time.
It's not luck. It is.
It's divine intervention.
I got a question then, Parker. Parker,
so God divinely sent the bullet into another person in the crowd?
Yeah,
Are you fucking trolling me? He didn't send it into the ground. He sent it into another fucking human.
No, that is so that y'all can understand. It is.
Oh, God needed me to understand by unaliving a firefighter.
Like,
right?
I don't know how y'all young
God could have deflected it into the ground, but he decided, no, we're just gonna kill this guy. We want to kill him. It would be better if we kill him. We can make it not kill him. Let's just do it because we want to. Like what?
Are you a God fearing man?
No.
Hell no.
Okay.
Are you a tooth fairy fearing individual?
What has?
Are you afraid of Santa Claus, the Grinch? Vampires?
Those are all fictional creatures.
Whoa!
Do you fear Allah?
Whoa!
Skeller, do you fear Allah?
This whole.
Thank you for the ICU.
A lot of the wars have been started because of the faith. You know.
Yeah.
Well, maybe then we should probably question this.
Sweetheart, let me ask you, how old are you?
I'm 22 years old.
What are you willing to die for? Let me ask you that. What were you willing to die for? What are you willing to die for? Have you talked? Have you sat and talked with a veteran that was willing to die for their country, because now that we are seeing
I'm not gonna go
destroyed-
die for the military-industrial complex, but I would die to save like children's
it's
lives
not,
or to
it's not
save
about the military
people.
industrial complex, sweetheart.
It
is.
is.
What are you? Where are you living? Where are you living?
United States citizens
you
that were in the
understand your
military were
freedoms.
quite literally, the United States citizens in the military quite literally were, I appreciate the galaxy, thank you so much, used as pawns by the military industrial
understand your
complex.
freedoms? You obviously don't understand your freedoms.
Ma'am, you think that people should go to prison for burning the American flag for a year? Brayden, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much, Janet. Thank you for the $1.
Absolutely. Do I
Wait, what
think
is
so?
it? Isn't that
No.
a freedom that you
Okay.
fought for?
Okay, do you understand how
Ma'am,
it
isn't that a
works in
freedom
other
that you fought
countries?
for?
Huh?
Isn't that a freedom you fought for?
I fought for their freedom.
Yeah.
Of Americans,
So now you're
of
advocating to strip
Americans.
them of
No,
their
no, no,
freedoms.
no. Sweetheart, let me
Ma'am,
say
you just
this.
advocated to restrict them from their freedoms.
For Americans. No, these aren't Americans burning up our flag.
Yes, they are.
That is a thing. Because they have faces.
These are quite literally U.S.
the
citizens that are burning American
individuals-
flags.
The individuals that raped and killed a 12-year-old, explain that. Where did they come from?
You mean Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, according to the
No.
allegations?
No.
Oh,
No, I mean,
hey, Sky, I have a
under
question.
the current administration.
No, hey, Skylar,
Because you're trying to spread, Jeffrey Epstein stuff.
Well, hold on. Hey,
that's
I have a
not
question.
pertaining
Do you blame, or do you think the president is responsible for the death of Molly Tibbetts?
I'm not sure who that is.
He was unalived by a undocumented immigrant. Is Joe Biden responsible?
Absolutely, because
Well, it
that
actually happened under
2018.
Trump's administration.
Well, that happened in 2018, so it must have been Donald Trump's fault.
Then if that was the case, then that should have been prosecuted under that.
No.
administration.
You blame Joe Biden, so therefore Donald Trump is also responsible, right?
Right now, how many undocumented immigrants have come over our borders? Can you process that? How many undocumented immigrants are getting, subsidies for staying in New York and places like Chicago? We only heard about it.
You mean asylum
when-
seekers?
No. You say
Asylum is a legal
seekers.
process, Keller.
No, sweetheart. You say asylum seekers. You say asylum seekers. but
Sweetheart, asylum is legal.
Why is it that there are women in these countries that are willing to fight for their country? And in a country that, denounces women and treats women like they are the bottom of the barrel.
Are we
says the one who's voting for a person that has victimized women. Okay, what the fuck are our priorities here? Please describe me the priorities.
For somebody that has victimized women, do you understand what has been going on? Like it has been brought out that a lot of the allegations have been retracted.
Oh no,
because
they have
wasn't
not.
carried out.
Lies.
Okay.
Donald Trump has been held legally responsible for sexual abuse.
Show me. Please show me, because
Legally responsible for sexual abuse.
Unlike some people, I do my research, and
Not do it well because this has been reported on for years.
Okay.
When people say they do their research,
Can you
that
read
means they
this,
go to
Keller?
Facebook.
Keller, can you read this for me, Keller?
I can.
Yeah, read it.
But
Devin, thank you for the coral. Thank you so much,
yeah,
Devin.
but what is your source for that?
AP
that's
News.
the thing.
AP News. So
That's the
jury
thing.
finds Trump liable for sexual
that is
abuse.
the thing. That is the thing. Like you young adults,
Hello.
are
I'm not young, by the way, and
okay, sweetheart, how old are you? How old?
I'm 32.
To me.
Okay, you're 32. Have you ever served in the armed forces?
No, I have not.
I've gone on 10 tours.
So you have not seen what a third world country run by radicalists looks like, correct?
I have not been in a third world country run by radicalists, no.
Well, I've lived in a country run by
I have
radical
seen
right
it.
individuals.
Okay.
But like, what's your point?
I'm saying when it comes down to it, the people that are going to back Mr. Trump, they're not going to look at their history, because I mean, I can tell you damn near so many Americans don't have a squeaky clean history. You know, have done bad things throughout their life, have made bad choices. But
I'm very confused about your argumentation. I have no idea what you're saying. I'm being like very charitable. You're rambling. I have no idea what point you're making.
How am I rambling? I'm asking
You're
you
bringing
simple
about
questions.
5 different things together into like a gobbledygook mess. Like I don't know what you're saying.
The current thing on the page is I'm voting for Harris 2024. Why are you voting for Trump?
Yes, and you have yet
You're
to tell
asking
us
me
why.
why I'm voting for him.
You have yet to tell us.
Because when it comes down to it, I am looking at the fact that the American citizens should be the first and only priority of this administration, and it hasn't been for the last 3 years, and that is what a lot of y'all young adults seem to not see.
Oh Lord!
You
Oh
know,
my God!
when y'all go into debt, you know, they promise you, oh, we'll take care of your debt. We'll take this. We'll take that. Okay, but what about the
Ma'am,
people that
Trump
haven't
Trump
already
literally
been
says
paying?
no taxes, no income taxes. We'll get rid of it. Trump says we'll get rid of all these taxes.
Wait,
Is he-
do
you
you
think he's
hold
actually gonna
the
do it?
same logic? Do you hold the same logic when the United States government, year after year, under both Republicans and Democrats, subsidizes and bails out farmers every single year when they have like massive
Is it on
shortfalls?
American lands? Is it on American lands?
Yes,
And that is fine.
Oh,
That
okay.
is-
So
that
you have
is
no
absolutely-
problem. Hold on, hold on.
I will back
You
that.
have no problem.
I will back that 10 toes down.
Yes, exactly.
Rather
You have
than
no
sending my
problem.
money overseas.
No,
to
that's not what I'm saying.
To bail
You have
another
no
country
problem.
out of something.
Oh my God.
To offer money to another country to have citizens invade our territory. And
What? That's not my point. My point was you were just critiquing how we are not helping out or how we shouldn't help out those people that have debt. And yet
it
I
is
bring
Americans
up,
first.
Why are you interrupting
What
me?
it
Why are you
boils down
interrupting
to
me?
Just
is
mute her.
it is Americans first.
Listen
It
to
is
what I'm
Americans
saying.
first.
No,
and if you don't
listen.
see it like that,
Just mute her. Just mute her. I'm sorry.
Listen
it's
to
like
what I'm
actually
saying.
annoying me.
Listen to what I'm saying. You made the point that we should not help people in debt because that's not the government's job. I brought up the fact that year after year, the United States federal government bails out and helps farmers when they have shortfalls, when they have too much debt because of their crops and everything. Why is that good when you said, yes, I want to do that, but yet helping other people out for the exact same reason is bad? There's an incongruency there. That's the point, right? Why is one debt good, but one debt bad? And you can unmute now. Press the little microphone button or click into your profile and you can unmute. And thank you for the hearts. Okay, I'm going to invite you. Oh, shit. My bad.
Literally muted her as soon as she did that.
Sorry. Unmute again. I'm sorry. That was my fault. I'm sorry.
oh, okay. So you muted me because you thought I would be disrespectful and interrupting.
No, not
interrupting.
disrespectful. You were not
like
answering my
this,
question.
correct?
No, you were not answering my question.
I'm asking you a serious question. You muted me because you thought that in your rambling, you thought I would interrupt you while you were speaking. And no, I was.
You
taught
were
better.
interrupting me.
I was raised better than that.
You thought
And
you thought
the way I look at it,
you were
no,
I was gonna
this-
interrupt.
This is your assumption. You know, because I don't know how all this works. Like I said, this is my first time ever accepting any kind of invitation to come and speak with anybody. But when it boils down to it, look at it like this. In your home, who is there? Your family,
Jesus.
correct? No. Look at the
She
the
said it
people
out
in your
loud.
home.
No.
No, look at the people in your home. I'm gonna break it down Barney style for you, children, because that seems to be
Children.
where it makes sense to you.
We're a
Because
happy family.
Sing the song
Love me some
with
Barney.
a great big hug and a kiss
And
from
a
me
kiss
to
from me
you.
to you.
Won't you say you
Say
love
you
me
love
too?
me
No,
too.
nobody's gonna say they love you. What's gonna happen is you look at where your home is. Look at what your home is.
That's gibberish.
And
That
no,
doesn't make
it's
sense.
not gibberish. What it boils down to is you cannot build your home by giving your bricks to other people.
What?
Correct or
Talking in
incorrect?
metaphor, like
No,
I'm
sorry.
What the fuck kind of shit is this?
This is
some shit that's said in like the Bible. Like
do not build others' houses with your own bricks. Proverbs 32.
No, this is a simple question, sweetheart. This is a simple question. You know, are you going to help somebody build themselves up before you have built yourself up?
So sure, I would sometimes help other people before I help myself.
Okay, but be honest. What does that do with Donald Trump?
What does that do for you? And this is what it boils down to: is am I willing to help Americans before I am willing to help another country? When this other country has made it a point to.
So wait, by the way, I just want to let you know.
Themselves.
It's not one or the other. We can walk and chew gum at the same time.
No,
we can do two different things.
It's not like that, because
it's what?
If it was like that, sweetheart, then the current administration would not be withholding all these votes, withhold certain people's paychecks. Do you understand what
is she
happens?
saying, Matt? Do you know what she's saying?
No, as I said for the last 10 minutes, she's just saying words like from Hamlet, words.
I'm not like
Appreciate
the person you idolize. I'm not like the person you idolize.
We're not idolizing anybody here. I'm simply asking you.
I'm telling you.
Let's reset. Let's reset, okay? What's one policy or one idea, one something about Donald Trump that makes him better than Harris? Just give me one thing and we'll talk about it. Just one thing.
That
and please make it one sentence.
Put veterans before immigrants. That is the number one thing. It's not even veterans, it's Americans. That he is willing to put Americans before immigrants.
Seb, think of the dollar.
It is just that simple point.
And then Parker brought up...
Lisa, think of the money gun.
Parker brought up the fact that he has on multiple occasions disparaged veterans. He has said bad things about them, not including hearsay remarks, including things from his own mouth, such as what he said about the Khan family, or about John McCain, or about back in the 1970s and 80s when he made fun of those who were going to Vietnam because he got out of it because he had little bone spurs on his heels, right? All these different things. He is not the one setting veteran policy. That's Congress. Congress makes the veteran policy, okay?
Haley, think of the $5.
Everything that came out of the Congress that you want to praise him for, yes, he signed. But Joe Biden has just as much done stuff for veterans as Donald Trump.
Has he, sweetheart? Look at how many how many executive orders did he overturn from the last administration?
How many executive orders did Donald Trump overturn from Barack Obama's?
Do you understand the amount of the executive orders that had to happen? Because I was under the Obama administration. And this is why I ask children like you, have you ever served?
Calling a 32-year-old man a child is crazy.
That is
crazy as fuck.
A child. That is a child.
Saying a 32-year-old man is a child is crazy when Donald Trump quite literally would date like fucking 20-year-olds.
For your country. Like, I will say this, and I don't care how much hate I get, but if you have not been willing to die for the country that you are so arrogantly living in, then your vote really shouldn't mean shit.
So most Americans' vote shouldn't mean shit.
That's the reason. So
I have a question. So if
the reason why veterans are considered.
Appreciate the head mustache. Thank you so much. So if an 80-year-old woman doesn't want to fight and die for this country at 80 years old, you're saying what are you saying should apply to her?
Parker, by her own logic, Donald Trump's vote shouldn't matter because he didn't fight for this country.
Yeah, he didn't want to die for this country. You know, dude, fucking real, dude.
Donald Trump actually should not be
the draft.
president.
Aaron, thank you for the $3. Thank you.
And he said no.
We should ask her about John McCain.
Yeah, I mean, what about John McCain? I mean, John McCain served. John McCain was a rabid anti-Trumper. The only good thing about John McCain that I liked.
And John McCain, quite literally, he was tortured for this country.
Yeah, very much so.
Mr.
Yeah.
Handout, thank you so much. And he wouldn't leave until every other person left. And Donald Trump said that he was not a war hero because he got captured. So a
You can
person that got
undo it again.
tortured for this country, Colleen, thank you for the galaxy, thank you so much. Trump said is not a war hero because he got captured.
Yep.
You know what? And at one point, Trump did say,
Jenna, thank you for the $9.11. Thank you.
Republicans, you know, I think it was back in the 80s when he did an interview with Oprah Winfrey, that if he were to run for president, that he would go for Republicans because Republicans, you know, believe
Sam, thank you,
whatever.
Galaxy.
And,
Thank you so
and,
much.
and, you know, he knew the talking points to get Republicans to come out and vote. You know, it's not one of those things where the Democratic system is leaning on the ignorance of the left and being like, oh, let's get
Making a
people
very
like,
strong
Says the MAGA voter.
hold on. I stayed quiet while y'all were speaking.
You were muted. You had to.
No, I know. I can hold my tongue. That's one thing about me is I know when to hold my tongue to give certain people respect, even if I don't agree with them. You know, and that's been a constant thing with speaking with people that opinions view far differently than I do. And you know, it is what it is. But when it boils down to it, you know, and this is what I've asked, because I went from living down in
Tim, thank
Texas,
you for the $5. Bridget, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much.
and I've had, you know, I went from living down in Texas and moved up to Pennsylvania, and I've had several people.
You live in Pennsylvania right now?
I do. Correct.
Fuck.
And I have had several people look at me, and just on my appearance of being a Mexican woman and a veteran, ask me straight out, you're Mexican. Why are you leaning more towards the right? You know how
Thank you for that message. Thank you so
how
much.
offensive that is?
Julia, thank you for the $5. Thank you so
Because
much.
that kind of thinking comes more.
Yeah, I don't think all people who are
from-
Mexican should have to think that way. But what I'm saying is that why
No,
would you
I'm-
vote
I'm-
for
I'm
someone that
saying
said
that-
that they're
that is-
rapists,
that
they're
is-
criminals, right? When referring to Mexicans,
I'm saying, well, I'm sorry. Say it again.
Trump said they're rapists, they're criminals when referring to
No,
Mexicans.
he said that about illegals that were
No,
crossing,
she was
you
saying
know-
that about He was saying that about Mexicans coming to the country.
No, sweetheart. He is saying that
He
about
said they're
illegals
not
that are
sending their
coming-
best. They're rapists.
Yeah,
They're criminals.
and I agree.
You agree? That's so insane.
Country. How is that insane?
That's insane as fuck to say that about Mexicans, right? Specifically,
no.
that
I'm not
the
saying
people
it
that are
about-
coming, the people that are coming from Mexico are rapists and criminals. When Trump is the
About,
literal person who's been held
Mexicans. I'm
legally
saying it
responsible for
about-
sexual abuse,
you know, I'm saying it
defamation,
about
fraud, and his 34
anybody
felonies.
that
So it's
has-
quite literally a rapist and criminal.
Oh no, sweetheart.
Sweetheart.
Their best. You can look at the European countries that open their borders to quote unquote silent asylum seekers. They went and destroyed those countries. Having actually
Germany is doing just fine.
Literally.
No. And this is why I say, if you have never served in a third world country and have seen what the extreme...
Okay, Donald Trump.
Donald Trump
Let's
has
go.
never served in a third world country, therefore.
And it's not about him. You know what it boils
not
down
about
to.
him.
He's hold on. Let me say it like this, because you know.
So you should only
wanna-
vote for only should vote for Kelly or Buttigieg.
No, fuck no.
But they're veterans.
No. Oh my goodness. Oh shit. Yeah. Oh.
What's wrong with Kelly?
I give me a minute. Give me a fucking minute. Is
no, like, what's the critique?
Okay.
She doesn't respect veterans.
No.
She must have some issue with veterans.
I have the utmost respect for any veteran.
Okay, so
Do
you have the
not-
utmost
do-
respect for Kelly and for
do not twist
Buttigieg?
my words. I have respect for their service, but understand there is a difference between respecting somebody for their service and respecting somebody for what they have done. And it is just like in the military, if y'all had ever had served, you go and ask any veteran, any service member, what is the difference between the rank and, you know, the responsibility? And they will tell you differently.
I'm still not hearing a valid critique.
Like it is one of those like
She just said she doesn't like them. So all I'm hearing is that she just doesn't like veterans.
No, it's not. No. Don't twist my words, hon. Do not twist my words. It is one of those.
Mega Mobile.
The position that
Mobile.
somebody holds, which is why. Well, hold on. No, it's not. It isn't. Excuse me.
MAGA Mobile.
What was that? A MAGA moment? No, sweetheart. This is the difference.
No, sweetheart.
Okay, let me ask you. Right now, who is the current commander in chief?
Joe Biden. Did I answer your question? Jeopardy.
Say it again.
Donald Trump.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. You're breaking up.
The current
sweetheart.
current
Who is
president of the United
current
States is
commander-in-chief?
Donald Trump.
George Washington's ghost. Coming straight
No,
from
sweetheart.
the
The current commander in chief
Donald
is
Trump.
supposed to be Joseph Biden, correct?
No, it's Donald
Or
Trump.
incorrect?
It's Donald Trump.
No,
Appreciate
no,
that, Andrew. Thank you
sweetheart.
so much.
See, you're trying to antagonize, and it's not going to happen because you were speaking the way my children speak.
People in the comment agree with me that it's George Washington's ghost. I'm sorry, but that's the case.
The current commander in chief is
Joseph
Really?
Robinette
Joe
Biden,
Biden.
Jr. Yes.
Joe
I had no clue. Oh my
Yeah.
God, Jenna, thank you for the
And-
$5 for Mega Mobile, sweetheart, and Joe, thank you so much for the $25 for Commander in Chief. Thank you so much, Joe.
Have you? Oh, it's James Madison's ghost. My bad. But okay, what's your point? Joe Biden is the commander in chief, and
okay, and
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
you know, while some people respect the position that he holds, they do not respect the man that he is. Do you get that?
okay, and
Megan, thank you for the $1. Thank you so much.
Megan
said to stop calling us
That
sweetheart.
is what it comes down to. Oh, does it bother her? Oh, sorry, I'm from the South, hun. If it bothers you so much, you know what? Throw up your trigger card. You know, you can remove.
I left that at home. I'm sorry.
Like, and that's the thing. You know, I am.
Mega Mobile strikes again.
I know.
You can create all the pronouns and everything that you want.
The pronouns.
That's
Kendall, thank you for
your
the $1.
mental illness.
Hey,
I'm not done
SJ,
with your mental illness.
SJ, what's a pronoun?
The way people want to identify as with
Here,
all,
let me
all this,
actually ask
like-
her. SJ, what are your pronouns?
What do you mean? What are my pronouns?
Yeah, what are your pronouns?
Oh God.
You mean like my physical? Like you're wanting to know if I have a vagina, ovaries?
No, I'm just asking you what's your
if I
pronouns.
consider myself a mother.
Steven, thank you for the $5. I'm just
my
asking
God.
you, what are your pronouns?
Parker, we're gonna have to go back to like first grade. Can you list the pronouns for me? Just list the English pronouns, please. Just list the English pronouns. That's all I want to hear. I'm not going to move on. I just want you to list the English pronouns. Please do that for me.
Jesus Christ!
What are the English pronouns that are fundamental to the language?
I don't know if she will know.
Okay, go ahead and explain yours. I'm gonna do it. No, I'm gonna do it the way it would happen in any other spelling bee or any kind of competition.
No.
You know,
No,
can you
list them
describe
out.
it?
List them
Can you
out
describe
for
it?
me.
Can you?
You don't know what a
speak it in
pronoun
sentence?
is?
No, because y'all's situation. I can tell you right now,
dude.
I like what I identify as.
Trying to think of it
You know, that's gonna be what y'all view me as. You know, and
No, I'm asking you just to name the English pronouns. There's
Yvonne, thank you for the $50 for taking a shot with the drunk lady. Thank you so much, Yvonne. I appreciate that for the $50. Give me some W's, Yvonne, in the comment section. And Katie, thank you for the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Katie, for the $20. Get some W's for Katie and W's for Yvonne in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. And Isabel, thank you for the $1. Holy shit. SJ, oh my God. You don't know what pronouns are?
What are yours? Let's start
He,
with
him.
you.
He, him.
Same.
Okay.
What are your pronouns?
If it's something as simple as that, and I would like to believe that it's simple as that. Is she?
It is
her.
as simple
but
as that.
I should not have to. That is the thing. I should not have to.
Have
Can you identify what a woman is?
No.
I think
you use pronouns.
I think we know what a woman is, but you don't know what fucking pronouns you have.
You think you know what a woman is, but can you?
Aaron, think of the $5.
Can you?
An adult human person,
explain it?
adult human person that's committed towards the social and cultural norms that are typically associated with the female sex.
No. Oh my goodness, no.
Yes. Now, what are your pronouns?
What is your mom?
What are your pronouns?
I already said she, her. But
okay.
I mean, how do
She
you
got 'em.
identify a woman? How do you identify a woman?
I just told you
Like
now.
that
Are you
is-
Christian? SJ, are you Christian?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so how is your God a father or a man? King Tay, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much.
I asked you a question.
Can you answer mine?
No,
How is your God a father?
No, because I asked you.
No, can you explain to me what biological?
How do you identify your mother?
Does your God have a penis?
Is this how?
Hey, SJ,
Is
does
this how
your
you speak to your mother?
does your God have a penis?
That is how you speak to your mother.
SJ, does your God have a penis?
Absolutely. No, you know, I will tell you right now because, okay, look, growing up, I was brought up Catholic.
Your God is a father. Does he have a penis?
Hold up before you start speaking, because, you know, I thought I agreed with some of these gender fluid speaking kids.
You couldn't define.
No.
You have no clue what gender.
interrupting,
You have no
see,
clue what
no.
gender fluid even means.
No, because the way I was brought up was in the
90s.
Catholic faith. No, I was brought up in the Catholic faith,
Andrew, think of the $1.
but I absolutely believed in the fact that, you know, your soul is asexual. And there is no judgment on what your body is. what your
Asexual
soul is
and
put into.
sexuality has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Jesus Christ.
Like my soul's not straight or a GAY. I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. That'd be a fun time in heaven, I guess.
Thank you for the confetti. Thank you. So let me ask you this question, SJ. Your God is a father, correct? The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit?
As far as I believe, yes.
Okay, so does he have any biology?
And this is why I said the way I believed growing up was that your soul is asexual. You were put into either being. This is the way.
That's your question. Does your God have any biology?
No,
ma'am. Does your God have any biology, sir?
To me, it is going to be on the person, honestly, because.
Oh Lord, Sprite, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much.
your soul is something different. Like talking spirituality and talking religion with me is not, you know,
It's not what.
All right, chat. I can't do it anymore. I'm saving everyone's brain cells.
That was rough.
Holy shit.
That was. Don't drink and drive, children.
Oh Lord. All right, everyone. Should we go annoy Harry? I got about another hour or so left on the live.
Harry time.
Should we go annoy Harry?
Stop. Harry
Don't
time.
talk to me. Loser. Wannabe.
I don't see. No. Oh, yes. Okay, there's
I
some
see
yes.
most yeses.
Yeah, good. Okay, there.
All right. We're gonna go join Harry. Everyone, look up Harry look up Harry J Sisson, spam Parker raid, spam love from Parker. Everyone, Harry J Sisson, spam Parker raid, spam love from Parker. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App in the bio. But Harry J Sisson, spam Parker raid, spam love from Parker. Everyone.
Bye, Parker. Bye,
I
chat.
love y'all. See you in a second. I'll see you in a second, man.
Yeah,
Harry J Sisson, spam Parker raid, spam love from Parker. Everyone.